Salute. Topic. Good Monday to you, good people. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Tasty cake. You know, we had to talk about this. This was just recently talked about and discussed. You know, as recently, we know Brian Castano just recently lost in the Undisputed match. 10th round KO against JERMELL CHARLO last Saturday, man, just this past Saturday. And, you know, the loser and Brian Castano, he was asked, you know, what do you think of the possibilities of facing Tszyu? And he went on to say he didn't even realize Tszyu was in attendance at the fight. But he went on to say, MP, salute, bro, appreciate you. He went on to say that he don't think, you know, based off what he's seen from Tszyu, he don't think he's ready for CHARLO. He said he did good against Terrell Gausha, but he got knocked down and he struggled in that fight. So, and Brian Castano's mind and from his viewpoint, his vantage point, he feels as though Tszyu was not ready for JERMELL CHARLO, and I can understand where you're coming from with that. You know, he has faced some limited subpar opposition, man, and you know, you don't want to go from low level to middle of the pack type talent to jumping in there with a world class fighter in JERMELL CHARLO, and that's just being real. You want to allow yourself, you want to make sure that you properly tested yourself accordingly before you take a fight that's that dangerous against a fighter as good as JERMELL CHARLO. And regardless of what people want to say, that man just made history Saturday night. You know, he's the first fighter to become in the 4-belt era to become the undisputed champion at 154. That got history written all over it, man. So if we being honest, Tszyu ain't ready for no JERMELL CHARLO, but it's definitely a fight I will watch. But, you know, after Brian Castano, DP, salute, bro. Appreciate you for sliding through. Sliding count, appreciate you for sliding through. Castano versus Fundora be a war as long as it lasts. That's why I'm here, bro. Go salute my bro, Ghost, yeah, sliding counter. That's why I'm here. Because, you know, it's funny that we asked, or that you mentioned that, because after Castano got done giving his assessment on Tszyu, Tim, appreciate you for stopping through, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate you 100%. So after he got done giving his assessment on Tszyu, which in his opinion, he felt wasn't ready for CHARLO. He's still green. He's inexperienced. He said, although he won against, you know, Terrell Gausha, you know, he still struggled. He felt as though Tszyu struggled in that fight. And as a result, he's not ready for, that's the challenge that CHARLO is going to put forth. That he's going to bring to the table. So, you know, he said he's also willing to fight either. Ben Israel, salute, bro. Appreciate you. Yo, Elvis. Tell you shout out to what Elvis doing 25. Yeah, I keep hearing that name too, Ghost. Ben Israel, salute, bro. Yeah, man down today, tomorrow, forever. That's a fact. And Bomb Squad forever too. What's good, my bro T? Appreciate you sliding through. Yeah, Tim, to me, Ghost, just because I try to, you know, I'm just due. So he just ain't ready. He too basic to me. He's slow and he just inexperienced. He green. You know what I'm saying? And aside from his punching power was really truly keep him in fights. It's not that he can't box, but I am saying he's nothing too special. He's definitely nothing that CHARLO hasn't seen. You know, that would be a big step up for him, and that's a fight I just don't see Tszyu winning. But, you know, after Castano lost Saturday night, you know, he gave his assessment, like I said, on Tszyu, but he also spoke on another somebody that we was just talking about that they seem like they're trying to push on CHARLO right now, and SEBASTIAN Fundora. So he said he's willing to fight either one of those dudes, to be honest with you. And that brings me to my next point, man. If he were to fight one of those guys and win, y'all think that put him back in position to challenge CHARLO against? Because I hear some people asking for a trilogy. Me, myself, I felt like CHARLO closed that chapter by winning convincingly and it's kind of like he did it 2 different ways on the night. So just follow me for a minute. In the rematch, you know, it was what it was. It was a draw. And the fight was like, it was a lot of ebbs and flows. The fight was back and forth. You know, there's back and forth action, pretty even. Even though Mel was able to hurt Castano a few times, he couldn't finish him. I felt like he made the necessary adjustments the next time around. And the reason I felt like he kind of made a case for closing that chapter without a third fight being necessary is, like I said, remember that first fight, they were going tit for tat, back and forth action throughout the whole fight. And the second fight, it initially started out like that. But before the knockout came, JERMELL started to separate himself in that fight. So not only did he separate himself and show that he's the better boxer, when he knocked him out, I think that just he did. Forfeit. My bad, y'all. I'm back. I don't know. My Wi-Fi popped out for like 10 seconds. That never happened, but it came back. We back. My bad, y'all. Yeah, that's what that was, Ghost. The Wi-Fi. I don't know. I hear them. They outside doing something. They fucking with shit, man. Yeah, that's why y'all couldn't hear me. My bad. Salute, Ash. Can y'all hear me now? Not. Yeah, my Wi-Fi. I hear some banging outside. Can y'all hear? No. Mel said, "Fuck Tim too." Who is Israel? Can y'all hear? Oh yeah, y'all good now? The sound back? Okay, yeah. Who is Israel? Salute, my bro. Crush, salute. Yeah, Ashley, salute, Queen. That Wi-Fi popped out for like 10 seconds. I don't know what the hell that was, but that shit just kicked me right off. They trying to sabotage me, man. I was just I thought I was talking some shit for a second. They done blew me up. But yeah, man. Yeah. So Castano, even though he lost Saturday night, like I said, the reason I wouldn't be too excited about a trilogy is because I don't really think he need one. And like I said, it was one thing if the fight was exactly how the first one was, nip and tuck, and then it just ended up going to the scorecards. You know, I could see him making a case for that, but being that, you know, he separated himself in terms of who's the better boxer, he separated himself before the knockout, and then he got the knockout as well. So not only did he show me, in my mind, he could have outboxed you, he could have kept up that pace for the remainder of the fight. He didn't have to knock you out, and he still would have won. The fact that he knocked him out as well as outboxing him in the same fight, to me, he did more than enough. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really think dude could make a case. D-Free, appreciate you, bro, for sliding through. I don't think dude could make a case that he deserves a third fight now. Like I said, they asked him about Tszyu. He feels like Tszyu is too inexperienced for CHARLO. So he said, you know, he'd be willing to fight both of those dudes next, either or, whichever one they make the fight with, in Fundora or Tszyu. So my question to the people, man. So what we going for? What we want to see next? Who do we want to see? Castano try to fight one of them dudes, or do we want to see, them, Fundora and Tszyu fight each other? Or you think somebody should try to fight Castano? Because the thought process is, if that dude beat one of them, if not one, I don't know about both, but what could Castano do to put himself back in position if he was to challenge for the titles again? That's my question, because I seen a few comments before I jumped on live, and people saying they asking for a rematch, even though CHARLO KO'd him. So my thoughts is, with him saying he willing to fight the two guys that is seeming like they trying to push off on CHARLO, I mean, either let Fundora and Tszyu fight each other, and maybe the winner fight Mel. Or shit, maybe somebody need to jump their ass in there. Jose, appreciate you, bro. Maybe somebody need to step their ass in there with Castano again. I mean, and let him work his way back to where he's trying to get to. They need to fight each other. Definitely. Oh, you feel like they need to fight each other and get back into contention? Yeah, that's my thought process, because he lost, right? And he lost convincingly. Got his ass handed to him. He got outboxed, then he got knocked out. You know what I mean? To me, you need a rematch. I don't care if he knocked him out or not. This was the defending champion who beat him and got a draw. Yeah, I get it. But again, you hear what point I'm making. So at least even if he do get that other fight, I don't know if he get it right away, because I'm not sure if I really care to see that again, like right away. Like, you get what I'm saying? But I try to be fair anyway, because I'm just due, so I'm gonna be fair about it. I mean, he could try to go fight somebody else to put himself back in position. You get what I'm saying? Because I know I can't be the only one that feel like, the fact that he was outboxed, like, you seen the separation and level, and then he was able to knock him out after that. I think, he kind of closed the door on him, at least for a immediate rematch again anyway. T20, appreciate you, bro. He just wrecked the champion Castano doing a rematch. He won the first. Won the first conventionally to me. Yeah, I mean, shit, a lot of people don't feel like that. Some people feel like that fight went either way. Some people did say he lost. Some people felt like CHARLO got him. But you know what I say? You're only as good as your last. And I feel like, just follow me for a second. I understand that the tiebreaker kind of solidified things in a sense, but my thing is they fought to a draw the first time, so they equally deserved the rematch, and that's exactly what they did. Now he got knocked out in the rematch. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if the thought patterns would be for him to just jump right back in there in another rematch after the dude showed you he could outbox you, outthink you, and hurt you and knock you out. So that's my thought. He's not going to fight CHARLO after they just got beat, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think they would be looking to try to get him back on the winning side of things. Ghost, I'm not saying he don't deserve a fight. You're not gonna hear me really say that, because even though he lost that night, that's the type of fight where, if that was my fighter, if that was the fighter I was rooting for, and he lost like that, your initial feelings is, damn, my fighter lost. But after that, it's like, yo, he fought his ass off. So it's not a matter of, like, from an effort standpoint or even a skill standpoint, if he deserve a rematch. It just, do it make sense right now for him to go right back in it? Or do you think it make a little more sense that he go get another fight, get himself back on the winning side of things, or reposition himself where nobody could just, feel slighted, like, this, because other people gonna feel like they deserve a shot too, Ghost. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just him, but I get you. But they gonna look at it like, yo, you had 2 chances to do this and you ain't do it. It's like, get what I'm trying to say? Tszyu Fundora need to fight J-Rock. Y'all trying to get my boy J-Rock touched up, ain't y'all? Oh, man. I mean, or fight each other. We need a trilogy. CHARLO versus Castano 3. That's one to me. I mean, KO, not everyone has a night off. Time for a rematch. I mean, yeah, I hear you, but I hope you hear what I'm saying, because it's like, it ain't just what he want. Like, I mean, after the first fight, no questions asked. Was he deserving of an immediate rematch? Hell yeah, no doubt about it. But right now, like, given the situation, I just don't think he don't have much of a leg to stand on in terms of, he can't bark and just be like, oh, I want an immediate rematch. I almost had you. I almost got you the first time. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it don't work like that. It was a majority who felt like CHARLO won. Majority said he lost. We need a third. Yeah, I hear you. But I'm just not too excited about that right away is my thing. But again, I'm all about being fair now. I'm thinking with the right win, the right quality win, he right back there. I mean, he could fight, right? He one of them top dudes at 54. So it's like if he get a chance to reposition himself, and I'm just going off of what I think personally from hearing that guy speak, he took his loss just as good as he'd take a win, it looked like. So it's like I don't see he ain't make no excuses, no complaining. So my thing is, when I read this article and what he was speaking on, to me it seemed like he don't mind. Like, if you get what I'm saying, Ghost, you pulling for him. Ain't nothing wrong with that for him to get that third fight immediately. But I don't see him beating Charlo again. Let's be real. And that's why I focus specifically on two things in that fight. Not only did the first fight was close, but I always said Castano did the best he is going to do. I said it's not impossible for him to have had another repeat good performance, but it just was unlikely. It would have been it was a tough task. You know what I'm saying? And when you got in there, I said if Charlo made them adjustments, what he did the first time it just wouldn't be the same. He wouldn't get the same result. And you've seen the changes that he made. And like I said, I don't think, and you kind of made my point for me, Ghost, a couple comments ago. You said everybody has an off night. So let me ask the people that's in here, and y'all smash the like button for me on y'all way in here. Yeah, ask the people, man. In that first fight, who did it look like had more of an off night, Charlo or Castano? You get what I'm saying? I don't walk away from that first fight feeling like Castano, had an off night. No, Charlo had the off night. Charlo didn't look like 100% of himself. And I said it, somebody else pointed that out, and I initially agreed with it. And then when you watch the fight, I kind of see what he was saying. I think salute to Connor Local Sports. I think it was Connor that said that. I think it was him that said that. He didn't think he was 100% of himself. But whatever the case was, that definitely wasn't the best JERMELL Charlo. But that was one of the best versions of Brian Castano. So it's like, who really had the off night? And then when you see the rematch, and you see, Castano still was able, he had some success. It wasn't no blowout, but you seen who really had an off night. That second fight kind of told me, in my opinion, I might see it different. That told me who had the off night. Because it was a totally different fight, especially like at no point did he really lay on the ropes to get, smashed up. Charlo caught a few times in the first fight and tag. Yeah, he was, hear me out clearly, Ghost. It was back and forth action. That first fight, they went at it. But the second one showed me level. It showed me who's the better fighter. I don't care how, I said it all along, and I'm going to still hold myself to this. The best he did was in that first fight. Each time out, in my opinion, is just going to get a little harder for him because he's going to have to do more and more of what he did the first time. And it's going to be real hard to get that kind of performance that he got in the first one. Why? Because I'm not expecting JERMELL to have another off night. And then he had, what is this? He 12, and then what he got him out of there in 10. See how many rounds they did together? What is that? 32 rounds to do? 20. Hold on. Pardon me. My bad, y'all. So what he did, they got 22 rounds together. You know what I'm saying? 22 rounds in, I don't know, but I said, I feel him. If he wins, then put him back in there. Put him in there. I think Charlo will stop Tszyu, beat up Fundora, and KO Castano. Again, now I'm with you, D-Freak. Like, I don't see that dude. He gonna have to, everything gonna have to be perfect for him almost. You get what I'm saying? I'm just not banking on Charlo, especially after seeing this dude, like I said, what is that? 22 rounds he got this boxer. I don't see him doing worse in the trilogy. I ain't saying Castano gonna do worse, but if he could do better, I think Charlo could do even better because he's more familiar with him, if you get where I'm going. Look, right, I hate Charlo, and to be honest, I'd be happy if he never boxes again, but they need to run it back. Make the third. I mean, I hear you, but I don't care for it, I don't really care for it. Not right away. It's unfinished business. Can't not a contender. He won first. Yeah. Demetrius, right? Appreciate you for sliding through, bro. He needs to start all over again. First fight, we judged the draw. Second fight, brutally knocked. That's what I'm saying. And it wasn't just because he got knocked out, but follow me. Like I said earlier, he showed level in that fight. It was a separation there. He separated himself from Castano, and he was able to do well doing it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, he showed me, that first fight, you were like, damn, because you had people saying Charlo was going to lose this rematch. Castano, the better boxer. He did this the first time. But then when you got in there, you seen the opposite. You see who the better fighter was. And not only that, you seen who was the better fighter, the stronger fighter, the smarter fighter. Like, I just don't see a scenario where he gets it off. All right. But again, that's why I'm trying to be fair. Immediate rematch, hell no, because it really don't serve no purpose other than somebody wanting to see Charlo lose. Like, for the people, and it's not gonna happen. Not to that dude. He had 2 chances to do it. If he didn't get it done in the second time or the first, he's not gonna get it done in the third. In my opinion, he's not. He did as good as he can do. In my opinion, his team said they want the rematch for running back. Fuck his team. His team, they gonna say that because, you know, they feel like they can compete. But let's not be, you know, they know what it is. I'm pretty sure, I ain't saying he got a $10 million check, but I'm pretty sure he got paid too. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is at the end of the day. They know the dude has some type of chance, but I just don't see him. Charlo got it. With how he separated himself in that second fight, like, to me, my question is, in the third fight, what is Castano going to do different? Because we've seen him for 22 rounds in 2 different fights. Like, he did less in the second time around. Goes, you see what I'm saying? I don't see him doing even better in the third fight just because he, you know, I just don't see it. And the dude got his number. Says, yeah, man, he was on his ass. Who is Israel? He was on his ass as the champion, has the bark to get it back. He caught him too. Nah, that's like, I don't know if somebody else saying something different than me. I'm gonna keep saying it. He showed a good account of himself in both of those fights. Neither fight, win, lose, or draw. The draw, you don't walk out holding your head. The rematch, he got knocked out. He don't hold his head because he competed, and he competed well until Mel started to separate. He showed me Mel is more capable of making the necessary adjustments to get the victory. Castano didn't. One could argue that, you know, he did even less in this fight. He did it because he won less rounds. You get what I'm saying? So if let's say this, right, Ghost, if the fight was like even, or, you know, like even all the way to the last round, say he get like a last minute or, you know, last few seconds kind of knockout kind of deal, I could see that, like, where you looking at it like, yo, the scorecards was close and either fighter could have won it, but he ended up knocking him out in the 12th or whatever. But what I'm saying is, he showed me enough because he showed me he could separate from him. So I'm comfortable and confident based off what I seen in that second fight with the adjustments being made, that he just wouldn't lose a third fight to this dude. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't, Castano's best bet is to throw punches. And like my bro Southern T said, T, salute to my boy T, man. He said, my bad, y'all. I hate when I have. Like my bro T said, man, he turned Castano into a boxer that night. You get what I'm saying? And that just showed me who's the smarter fighter. You get what I'm saying? He fought more under control, more patient. And I think that's what he was missing in the first fight. All of that, that's what he was truly missing in that first fight, other than the strategy that he employed, the calm that he had. You know what I'm saying? No better. He lucky if he can ever fight again. Yo, I'm telling you, Canelo looked off to me in the first. Oh, Castano, my bad. I said Canelo. I'm tripping. I mean, that's open for interpretation, Ghost. It's all good because you already know how I give it up. I never tell you, well, that's what you think. Nah, that's how you seen it. I respect it. You think he was off? To me, I think Charlo was off and Castano had the better fight that night. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it was close as hell, but I seen him getting hurt multiple times. But I felt like what you seen from Charlo, you don't see Charlo laying on the ropes, allowing himself to be hit, letting the dude back him up. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's why I felt like Castano, even if he had an off night, Charlo helped him have a better night than he was supposed to have by being stationary at times, backing up, not listening to Derek James. You know what I'm saying? Not picking his shots well, being over anxious when he got him hurt. So I'm with you, but like that's why I said let's be fair, because in his mind, I don't even think the team is saying it, but I don't think he necessarily feel like shit about the loss because he left it in there. That's why I respect him. I watch him any day of the week too. But that's why I brought the question up: who should he fight next? Then you know what I'm saying? Because it is unlikely that he gonna immediately get another rematch with Charlo. I know Charlo looking at it like, yo, I just knocked this dude out. When y'all was picking me to lose both times, you get what I'm saying? And it's like he showed you the better boxer, smarter, made the adjustments, hit harder. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you truly want that win or you want that get back, go beat somebody's ass, put yourself right back in position. Because you know that's only one loss for Castano, other than the 2 draws. He's still good enough to, you know, make some shit happen. prepared to get hit. Boxing, you prepared to get hit. Excellent. Charlo has proven he was a better boxer, and that's what I'm saying, Demetrius. That's a fact. That's all I'm saying. He showed that, and he, like I said, I'm glad the fight went as long as it did, because it gave us enough sample size to really assess like what we potentially think a trilogy would be. I think Castano will lose again, and at the absolute most, maybe he could maybe he can take him the distance and not get knocked out in the trilogy. But I don't see him making all of these adjustments and just becoming some type of level of fighter that he's never been. Get what I'm saying? It's like that'd be a lot to be asking of him. You know what I'm saying? And you just lost. Let's consider you got knocked out. You got the fight took out of you in that last round. So it's like, I don't know. It's a good chance, and let's be real about it. It's a good chance. And you know how Charlo seemed like he just do better in rematches, and a third time around, he probably smoked his ass, man. Derrick James said Charlo was off that night, but you see what I'm saying? And I ain't even really listened to what Derrick James said, but I felt like he was off that night because the shit he was doing was not Charlo like. Charlo don't sit on the fucking ropes and let people, wing shots at him. He don't back up to the pressure. He go to it. If he would have fought like that, how he did that first time last Saturday, he would have lost again. Or he would have lost. Pardon me, he would have lost. It wouldn't have been no draw. He would probably lost. You know what I'm saying? You can't. He just allowed way too much success when he sat on the ropes. He just allowed it, and like I said, that's what I was banking on. That's why I knew he was going to win, because I felt like he was smart enough to make the adjustments. Just be another knockout, maybe sooner, possibly, and to try to be fair, I'll say at the ain't for sure 100% knockout, because he did take him 10, but I say he'd just win again on decision, and it'd be even cleaner than the first fight. I don't want to say the second because he knocked him out, but I think it'd be clean. Seen Castano before, looked off that fight and still beat him. He lost his one hurt a few times. Charlo needs to run it back. Hey, Ghost, you want to see Charlo lose, don't you? It's another KO. That'd be another KO to me. Castano has every chance of beating him in the third. I mean, look, I ain't gonna never say somebody has no chance, especially when, like I said, we got to see them dudes for 22 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Charles stops in the fourth, they fight again. It's possible, but I'm not ruling out the possibility of him winning. I just think those possibilities are very slim, given the kind of fighter he in there with. Get what I'm trying to say? Because that's my real question. What is he going to do different? What is he going to do so different where it's going to negate what Charlo is doing? And to me, like I said, like I respect your opinion. You felt like you seen him fight before. You felt like he was off that night. To me, I felt like that was one of the, like, if you look at the totality of his career, that was one of his best performances. A draw was. And then when you look at what Charlo wasn't doing as opposed to what he was doing and allowing, he don't fight like that. So I'm just saying, like, if anybody had an off night, I would naturally lean to Charlo. That dude, Charlo having an off night is the reason why it was a second fight, yo. If Charlo would have came in, locked in, and focused how he was the first time, for with how he was for the second fight the first time, we wouldn't even got a second fight. In my honest opinion, he's not a better fighter. And like, again, I can't stress this point enough. I'm keep making this point because sometimes people don't hear me. Not only did that fight, did he knock him out like he wanted to, like he said he was going to do the first time, or like he said he was going to do this time. Not only did he knock him out, before the knockout, he was able to show you that, look, I'm better than this dude. Like, I separate from a skill standpoint. I'm better than him. And I'm going to hurt him and get him out of there. Broke him down, hit him, caught him. I just don't see it. He's a better boxer, won that night. And that's where Mel went wrong the first time. You know what I'm saying? Not using your boxing skill fully. Trying to bang too much. I think last time he did the perfect amount of both. He boxed him. He banged when he needed to. Look at the post that he put up. I came in here. I showed y'all I could box. I could bang. That's exactly what he did. But he did it in an intelligent fashion. You get what I'm saying? He mixed it up. He limited Castano and kept the jab in his face. He went to the body a little bit more. He was real reactive. You get what I'm saying? When he got hit, he was fighting back. I just liked the way he fought. I liked his approach, man. Castano needs to fight Tszyu, Fundora, Lubin, or her, work his way back to the title contender. That's what I'm saying. So, but Demetrius, I don't know if you heard, but I don't know if you was here earlier, but he said, he being Castano, he said he don't have no problem fighting either Fundora or Tszyu. And then he said Tszyu ain't ready. He said he ain't ready. I watched him. He's not ready. He just don't have enough experience. He said he felt like he struggled against O'Shea, even though he won convincingly. He said he still felt like he struggled, and that showed him that he ain't ready for that top level. If fight 2 was a split decision, yes, a third is in order, but he slapped his ass. And I can understand that too. What the hell? I hate when this shit. Sis was good. What's happening? Kui salute. Oh, yep. So that's how. Face it, Charlo is better. Game over. Yeah, nah, he is better. Salute, Ashley. Oh, yeah, you already. Terry, appreciate you, bro. Let me slide down here. Trail Hill was good, bro. Had Charlo fought like this the first time, that would have been the result. That's 100% fact. He fought too emotional the first fight. You know what I mean? He didn't keep his emotions in check. And why I felt good about him, 3 reasons, really. The fact that he's a high enough skilled boxer, I felt like he was going to be able to make the necessary adjustments. Then he came in at 152 and some change. That was the second thing for me. And then on his ring walk, did y'all see how calm that dude was? Man, I knew right there. I said this, at the very least, it's going to be a different fight. It's not going to be the same fight because this dude, so calm, man. He had the right amount of calm, and then he listened to Derek James. And I think my bro T was making his point. Who was it? One of the fellas, like they saying every time the round ended, JERMELL made sure he was closer to his corner where they could potentially possibly give instruction, or he could just sit right, he right there to sit down, whereas Castano had to keep taking that trip across the ring to sit down, where it was taking time off. So who knows, because I seen a difference in the first fight to the second one. Castano seemed like he got tired in this one too, and he stopped. He started getting his will broke a little bit. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It wasn't like some phantom ass shot that he got caught with. He got caught trying to do the shit he do. You get what I'm saying? Trying to fight. You know what I mean? And I think he got clipped. And the fact that he just got it broke down, got his will kind of broke. I don't see, I think he should go try to fight somebody else and get a win real quick. Because I don't want to see the same match again. I mean, it's a good fight, but beat somebody else. On the rules, way too much the first go around. Facts, Trill. Or Thrill, my bad. I'm saying Trill. Thrill, my bad, bro. Fate, salute, bro. Castano 5'7" versus Fundora 6'6" is crazy. It's how it's different. Not gonna lie, nah, it is crazy. That shit wild, ain't it? It's like they belong in two totally different weight classes. But like I said, Castano a dog, man, and he want to fight him. He said he all for it. And that's the thing. That's another reason why I don't have a problem with it, because he don't have a problem with it. You get what I'm saying? He don't even have a problem fighting one of them dudes. In fact, he said he's willing to do exactly that. You get what I'm saying? He don't mind. He really don't mind. He don't mind. Pardon me for saying, he don't mind fighting either the tall, slinky kid or Tszyu. But which fight do y'all think he had the most success in, and which is a tougher fight? Y'all think Fundora or Tszyu? I think it'd be Fundora from a style standpoint. I think he'd be able to deal with Tszyu. Tszyu is not that athletic. He's a little stiff. He's not the fastest guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not the fastest guy. So I don't know. I just see. I would like to see any of them, but I think that's his path to Undisputed again, or a trilogy. If, in my opinion, if he want to get that, he got to fight one of those dudes, or they got to fight each other. Tszyu stiff and green. He'll get just knocked out by CHARLO, in my honest opinion. To break him down first, box him, then take him out. That's a fact. And where Lubin went wrong with Fundora is he chose to fight him. So like I said, if we know. We all watch Fundora. We know he struggled from the outside. He can't fight, really. He's not good at distance. For his dude to be 6'6", he's just not good at distance. So he likes to have all his action in the inside. And with Lubin fighting like that and never switching it up, he put himself at a disadvantage. It's like I always said that. He came in a fight as the better boxer, in my opinion, with the higher IQ. But he went out of the fight. He ended the fight, left the ring, not showing that. And I think he did himself a disservice by obliging that man center ring, just fighting him in his wheelhouse. And sustaining all that punishment, which is why I think his face got broke down the way it did. Fundora tougher, but it would be, but if it's like that, get a mandatory their shot. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Tim the first man though, Fundora the second. Both of them got this shot next, and that's what I'm saying. So like, either one of those dudes want to fight each other, or they actually, or Tszyu want to get in there with CHARLO. I wouldn't mind it. Hey, say he get in there, Tszyu get in there with CHARLO, and Fundora go fight Brian Castano, and the winner, you know, maybe one of the winners would get Mel, whichever one of them dudes win. But I don't think he's gonna have too much of a leg to stand on. I appreciate you, T. I just did it, yo. I did it late. I hate that when I do that, but I caught it at the last second. Castano good. And the dog is one of the smallest in the division, but he's been beating people bigger than him. He beats some who had almost 9, 10 inch reach. The difference is crazy. Yeah, that'd be wild. Castano a real dog. He gonna come in there to fight at all times, bro. He gonna come to fight, and you know, I never not watch him. As long as he fighting how he fight, I'll watch him. So they earned it under 2 sanctions. They don't need to fight each other. They got their next shot next. I mean, look, I'm for any of it. I just don't really care to see another Castano right away. I just want to see a different matchup. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, you're right, T. Yeah, I caught it. I caught it right. We was thinking alike. I caught it right before you asked me, and I just went switched. But yeah, that's all it is, Ghost. It's nothing against Castano, because he's a hell of a fighter. I walked away from seeing him lose. I'm more of a supporter of Castano after the way he fought. You know what I'm saying? And then even more so how he took it in the loss. Man, the dude didn't care. He like, look, I fought. I got caught. I lost. It's like, that's what it is. But I think even he know. He don't have much of a case to call for immediate rematch, which is why I think he said he'd be willing to fight one of them dudes, because it seemed like he's accepting and understanding that he might just have to get a win or a solid win or beat one of those dudes that's that close to the title and, you know, reposition himself. I don't think that's unfair or unreasonable. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, man, to me, the biggest factor was how he was able to show separation, bro. I can't stress that enough. Like, and then get the KO. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You ain't, you know, in the first fight, he left a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? And it opened up the question, or, you know, people started to ask the question, should I say, who's the better boxer? And some people started saying Castano. I never thought that. I think people sometimes confuse activity with skill. And I'm not saying Brian Castano is not skilled. He obviously is. But I think when you start questioning who the better boxer, especially after what we just seen, you get what I'm saying? And the people that say Castano, I just gotta ask them, like, is activity, do that equate to skill? Because that's what you get a lot from Castano. His activity is one of his best attributes, if not the best thing about him. His heart and his activity. To me, it isn't fair to Castano to get him back in line where he beat the nigga the first time. But see, that, look, again, Ghost, I think at the end of the day, we could always say that, but I don't think they care. I think they care more so what they seen last. And I think even Castano will understand, like, yo, I just got knocked out and I was getting outboxed before I got knocked out. I really can't sit here and scream for no rematch right now. Because in the first fight, I understand 2 fights is even. It's not an odd number. I get it, like tiebreaker, but just follow me for a second. They both draw in the first fight, so they equally deserve to rematch each other, and they equally got it. Now it's like saying, after I knocked you out and I boxed you on the way to knocking you out, it's like saying, oh, because you did well in the first fight, you're supposed to get a third fight. No, you only as good as your last. You don't deserve a third fight right now. Not straight up. Nobody wants to see that. Go beat somebody else, because say you go in there and get knocked the fuck out again. I'm going to be mad as hell that I had to even sit there and waste my time knowing that I feel like that's a potential of happening. They earned their shot. The Fruit rankings earned their shot, so they want to get his nuts. If they don't, that's a duck to me. I mean, look, like, you know how I feel about the duck word. I feel like people overuse that, so I can't be one of them. But I hear you. I just, If it's one thing you learn from JERMELL, Charlo, is he'll fight anybody. If you don't understand that after Saturday night, then that's like trying to be blind to the fact that that dude is great. There's nobody at 54 that I think will put any type of fear in his heart. I think he'll knock Tszyu the fuck out. I think he'll beat Fundora up, possibly knock him out. And while we on it, Fundora has some choice words too. He said he claimed Charlo don't like pressure. But I disagree with him. I mean, you might could say he don't like it, but how does he respond under pressure? You made a diamond. What did fucking Castano do all Saturday night? He wasn't pressuring him. He pressured him, and that man fought out of it. He never allowed himself to, get outdone, outworked. He was on Castano ass. He was reactive, responsible. The dude just came in there with the right game plan, the right focus, right energy, understood that he made a big mistake not listening to Jag James the first time around. You get what I'm saying? Became a fan of Castano. He humble, no excuses. He was happy after too because he enjoys a good fight. Yeah, his style's entertaining, win or lose. So I'm trying to see him in there. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. So don't y'all think it'd be a little entertaining to see a Castano and fucking Tszyu or Fundora or something like that? Or just see CHARLO in there with somebody different? Two mandatories, one position for a minute. Mandatory for 2 years. 10 first Fundora. I don't care. I mean, but see, that's cool, bro. Because put them dudes in there. I think Charlo smoked both of them. I know what he did with Andre, so he won't fight everyone. He will. Who he wants to, not anyone. I'll say this. It's all right. It's you said you tell like I heard your whole breakdown on why that fight didn't happen. But what I'm saying is, as the public, we might not be privy to certain pieces of information. So although he went on them personal, like I was saying that them personal little rants and shit that he go on, I'm never in favor of that. But I think we got to separate the bullshit from the great shit. And the shit that he doing in the ring is great to me. Like it's nothing short of spectacular. But some of the shit that he said in the past and more recently is questionable. But I'm not gonna crucify a man for feeling how he feels. That's how he feel. That's how he feel. But I'm tired of hearing it. I actually wish he would have fought the dude. But my thing is like it's too many conflicting reports in my eyes. And whenever I know that from experience and all the years I live, if it's that many conflicting reports, somebody ain't keeping it real. And I never will be too willing to blame one party 100% of the way. Like it's hard for me to believe, like, regardless of how it happened, all this technical shit, all these technicalities, a fight was supposed to be made between them dudes. The big issue was whether he did pull out, didn't pull out, no contract, no term sheet. I don't know about none of that. All I know is they were supposed to fight. He didn't fight. I heard he was supposed to get more money. Rob Nation did him dirty, and the fight never materialized. So Mel went on that rant talking about how this dude pulled out. Fuck no, I ain't fighting him no more. So I get you when he said that, but that don't make me think he's a duck. And he wasn't duck. It wasn't like he was fronting on fighting him when they was planning to do it. I just don't think it happened. And like I said, Andre could hold himself accountable, whether it was bad advice from his people or whatever it was. That fight didn't happen, whether it was a pullout, official pullout, or he just wasted people's time. I don't know, but I hear conflicting stories. And what I'm saying is, so I guess Charlo is the guy that's the bad guy in all this. Demetrius Andre not. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, at some point, it can't be everybody's fault 100%. And he's the best at 54 today. He won't fight just anyone who fight anyone he knows he can beat. And that's where the heart ends. Who, JERMELL? Nah, he'll fight any of them dudes at 54, in my opinion. And this is the thing, like let's be clear. Like, let's not pass our opinions off as fact. That's how you feel. I respect that. I'm always respect how you come and goes, but I just don't. Nah, Charlo, that's one dude that I know I feel like he'll fight anybody. And it's like, we can go back and forth about that all day. Like, is he lying about, like, how am I able to believe that he's the one lying and this man didn't pull out? Because I swear I heard, and this is what I'm saying, whenever we hear something that could potentially put Andre in a position where he got to hold himself accountable, it's like, oh, those are all the lies. But Charlo lying, everything Charlo saying is a lie, and then the shit that Demetrius Andre is responsible for, he's not responsible for. It's still Charlo's fault. You get what I'm trying to say? As a grown man, I've been in this world 36 years. In any situation, is never, usually 9 times out of 10, is never 100% of one person. Each of those dudes got to take I gotta hold themselves accountable for the fight not being made, whether it was ego, bad advice, your team fucking up, or just y'all not making the right moves to get it done. But what I'm saying, I can't sit here and blame Charlo 100% when one of the and you heard it from good sources that this dude pulled out because Rock Nation told him they could get him more money, and then when it came time to do it, I think they left him hanging. And this is why people question his business decisions and they blame it on his father because he be the main one calling the shots. To what I understand, from what I understand, I'm not inside that camp. I don't know the ins and outs, but that's something that I heard that was being pushed. And not only was it being pushed, Charlo came out and said the same thing. I'm not fighting him no more. Like, I ain't fighting him. Like, you know, like F that. I ain't fighting him. Saying out his mouth. He said, but this is all this is turning into at the end of the day is he said, she said, and then people mix their personal emotions, how they feel about the fighter in there with the facts, and they blur the lines. Both of those dudes, my end result on that, both of them dudes at fault. It's not just Charlo. I'm not going to agree with that. Charlo ain't the only one that is responsible for getting the deal made. Like, you know what I mean? Both of them dudes are at fault. Whether it was Demetrius Andre manager doing the shit, I don't know. I don't see, and that's all the shit I don't care about. At the end of the day, somebody fucked up. And when we can't get to the bottom of it, and I'm hearing conflicting stories, I think it's fair to say both parties is at fault. You get where I'm going? That's the logical way to think about it. You can't just say, oh, it's 100% on him. Demetrius Andre played no hand in this fight not happening because he's so willing to get the fight. You get what I'm saying? I like Andre, and I think he'll beat him. So you get what I'm saying? But I just ain't, the blame game, it gets nowhere. At the end of the day, that fight didn't happen, and I'm just looking at them as a whole on both fighters and their teams as a collective. They dropped the ball on that because that fight should have happened. You get where I'm going with that? Regardless of what, you got people that say Andre don't want to fight this one. You get what I'm saying? Like, but I don't believe that. I don't believe he's scared of none of these dudes. I think he'll fight whoever. Yeah, I said, I hear him say he's not fighting Andre, but that's after the pullout situation. You get what I'm saying? He didn't say it beforehand. And then he started, you get these Rhode Island, he from Rhode Island, he better go work on that weak ass bar. We black carding you. I heard all that. I ain't like none of it when he was doing it. I thought it was whack because they two black men trying to, you know what I mean, feed their family. So if you don't want to fight him, if you don't like how you do business, just say that. But the personal attacks is weak. I'm not going to ever be in favor of that. But if it's one thing Charlo showed you, man, he really pretty much getting in there with everybody that he need to get in there with. And Andre is at 60 or 68, whichever one. They're not even in the same division no more. So it's like one of them dudes got to fight him at the end of the day. One of the brothers. Good, but they're got to become a body snatcher. Yeah. Charlo got to break that big ass, long ass torso he got. Part if I don't have JERMELL on tape saying he said, fuck the fight. He did that. He ducked. Yeah, I'm going to say this again and I'm moving past this. If the man said Boo Boo pulled out and they made another offer and he said, fuck it, I don't want to fight him no more. Do you understand? Like, even though I think he should let it go, but I'm still not calling him a duck. If he was willing to fight him and it wasn't initially the shit that was being reported was somebody was told they could get more money. That was on Andre's side. That's what he went and did. And then it didn't materialize. I could have swore Charlo said he wasted money for this camp and all this type of shit. Then he launched a personal attack. I guess he brought up the fact that it was another offer and he didn't take it. And he said, fuck him. I don't think that makes him a duck. It takes more than that to just be a duck because he was just willing to fight him. You get what I'm trying to say? And had it not been for the bad advice, I'm trying hard not to put too much blame on either side, but it just is what it is. At the end of the day, these fighters need to take control of their own careers and stop making bad business moves and then blaming the fighter for the fight not happening. These dudes got to do right by themselves and make the best decisions possible, because then we'll be sitting up here till we blue in the face arguing about who did what and how he's a duck. I'm not calling neither one of them Charlo brothers a duck till I got definitive proof that they're not willing to get in there. I can't just go off the words or the emotions of one individual and be like, you know what? Well, everything he said about y'all is true. And then the issue I have with that, there's no accountability on Andre's behalf. It don't go like that. Just like it take two to sign a contract, it take two to do business there. Even if they're not 50-50 equally at fault, they're both at fault. I don't care who shoulders more to blame. They both at fault. It take two. Both of them dudes should have found a way to make that fight happen, because that was something that the public needed. We needed that fight. JERMELL fight anyway. And that's what I'm saying. And even with Jamal, I was saying it yesterday, like, let's be clear. I respect all opinions. Yeah, y'all know y'all talk y'all shit, but I'm gonna always speak what I feel like my truth is. I don't I'm not willing to call people ducks because fights don't happen that we want to happen. It's take more than that to just call somebody a duck. G5, my brother, salute, bro. Yeah, I got this side. Your chat is a little, oh shit, for me, duck. They both will be at 160 at the same time in a few months. And there you go. Ghost, we might still get it. So you get what I'm saying? Who knows? Like, because once you in there, people gonna start asking you to fight the best. There's no way he gonna move to where Demetrius Andrade is currently, and the people not gonna ask for that fight. They gonna want that fight, and rightfully so. But that's where I'm at with it. Like, I feel like that's the problem in boxing, because I got my own mind. I think for myself, motherfuckers be lying. I don't gotta be in the back, the inside to know that. Motherfuckers be lying, man. The fighters be lying, managers be lying, promoters be lying, motherfuckers be lying, man. The judges be lying, goddamn. Motherfuckers in boxing be full of shit. It's never, in any situation, 9 times out of 10, is never 100% of one person. They just some you gotta take the blame, he gotta take some blame. Shit didn't happen. Then they double back and he ain't take it. So then you would say, well, he's a duck. Nah, he could call him a duck for pulling out the first time. You get what I'm trying to say? So that shit go back and forth. It's dumb. It's just bad business. What people be calling duck is bad business to me, bro. That's all that is. Motherfuckers be doing badass business. Jermell fight anyone, but Jamal is questionable. Oh yeah, I seen that. And even with that fate, what name has that man been calling for the longest? But it's like, all right, well, you didn't get Canelo, so go fight Andre. You ain't get Andre, so go fight Benavidez. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That shit just weird. 160, none of those dudes are fighting each other. It's not just Jamal, just to be fair. Like, people do that a lot with 130. They bring up the cash cow 130 or 35, should I say. You know who that is. They bring up Tank. Say, he ain't fighting nobody. None of them dudes are fighting each other. And I'm tired of, I don't know. I just got a different viewpoint on boxing. I'm not going to keep sitting up here calling these fighters nothing. It's like every fighter ain't going to be a world beater. It's a process. You got to grow. You got to get better. It's like we're going to discredit everybody on their resume like all the time. This one's a bum. This one's a bum. This one's no good. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Dudes ain't fight. Them dudes need to all mix it up. But I think we need to start having more respect for some of these dudes that get in the ring, man. Everybody can't be no bum because they got a loss or two. You get what I'm saying? That shit just don't sound, it don't ring off to me the right way. So I don't do it, because the more you diss the opponents of the fighter you speaking of, the less you're saying about the fighter. And I can't do that when I'm being just due. I got to give every person involved in boxing their just due as much as I can, see fit. Not going to sugarcoat shit, but I like productive conversation, man. A lot of times, that's what the boxing world be leaving us to do. They give us so much mixed information that it leave us going back and forth as to who really a duck and who not. At the end of the day, these dudes all want to fight each other because that's what they in it for. I don't think you get to the level they're at being scared of people. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, who not at his way. Yeah, Canelo is always going to be suspect. He been calling Canelo, who's refusing the contract for another champ offer to him twice. Yeah, Canelo, I don't know what to say about him at who duck and who ain't. One guy sent offers. No one called that nigga at 68, refusing other offers. Yeah, man, and it's like I hear people say motherfucker ducking somebody and they in 2 different weight classes. That shit don't make sense. I heard people tell me CHARLO is ducking Benavidez. You get what I'm saying? Benavidez is ducking Andre. Andre was still at 6. It's just like you got to make that shit add up. Like, I get it. But say people are hesitant. I think we just got to use a different terminology, because the duck shit is blowing me right now. And that shit is like every time oh shit, he ducked. A fighter could say out loud, yo, I want to fight you next. What's up? Knowing it don't work like that, and then it don't materialize, and the dude jump up here and be like, he ducked such and such. Did you hear this? That's not how business be done. It's just that duck shit get thrown around. I feel like they men first. Dudes ain't scared to fight each other. You know what I mean? But I do think they, the business getting away and ego and things like that, politics, greedy management, it's bad info. It's a lot of shit that they could clean up in boxing and make it better. I feel like Charlo accomplished his dream. I'll be undisputed, finna make more great fights, and now people are just going to see him do great fights at 160. Yeah, I did hear something about them all equally moving up. When I say them all, I mean Maul going to 68, Mel going to 60, and Spence going to 54. That'd be dope. As long as the 2 CHARLO brothers don't ever be in the same division again, I think it'll always work. Get what I'm saying? And a lot of people, man, like this, I'm gonna point this out too. I'm gonna hit y'all with another angle. A lot of people been praising JERMELL, and rightfully so. Get that man his crown, get that man his flowers, while you can still smell them and while you can still wear that crown. But don't nobody get Maul CHARLO ain't have to move up. Get what I'm saying? Why couldn't the other twin do it? So what did he do? I think what he did was commendable. I respect that. I tip my hat to him and salute him. He left the division so his brother could take over, and you know, you fast forward now, that's exactly what he's been able to do. But he could have just said, you know what, I'm staying at 54. He didn't have to go to 60. It could have been the other twin. Now I want to hear who bigger. If he moved up to 60 now, he could have moved up to 60 before as well. It's just the slightly older brother, you know what I mean, decided to move up and let his brother shine. That's kudos to his brother. But that's just not an angle that's popular to people, because you can't really pull a negative out of that. And that's why I hear, and this is directed to nobody, but I'm just with my 2 eyes and observation. And I've been asking this question for the last couple of days. What's up with all the hate that these Texas fighters been getting, man? Like, people don't know how to separate the outside shit from the shit they doing inside the ring. Like, for instance, it's a lot of shit that dudes say. I don't rock with none of that shit. The dissing and the tearing down of any man that's trying to feed their family is never going to be a go for me. I don't respect that. But at the same time, I'm grown enough to understand I can't tell that man how to feel about another man, because ain't nobody going to tell me how to feel about somebody or when I should do what business with who. But at the same time, I'm still not going to be blinded by some of the things you do wrong, by the shit you do right in the ring. The ring is the ring. Outside is the outside. That's why I say, man, it's levels to being a fighter. It's just not what you do in the ring. It's how you conduct yourself outside of the ring. And although they do some questionable shit, I still think these dudes are solid, man. They real fighters. And I think they good for the sport. Like, you know, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to have something you don't like about these dudes. But at the end of the day, as long as when they get in there, they fight. That's what we always seen. So I can't just believe because a fight didn't materialize, he's so scared of this one and that one and ducking this and ducking that. Nah, man, because and then you know what? Why I'm not buying that bullshit with Jermell about Jermell ducking and being scared of this one and that one. If that's what people saying, this is not directed to nobody. It's just the man can't force them dudes in the ring at all. We can't force them in there. And remember, this situation played out years ago. What was this? When he was still at 54? How many people were saying he was scared of J-Rock? He was ducking J-Rock. What? When the fight happened, and I picked J-Rock. I did not. That's the first and only time I picked against Maul CHARLO. I picked J-Rock. Look what happened. I wasn't close. That man knocked him out bad. That's the dude that people were saying he was scared of. He was ducking. He wouldn't want to fight him. He knocked him out. And do you know the people ain't even give him the credit for it after that? He knocked J-Rock out and didn't get no credit. That's why all that shit to me be like birds for the birds, because when y'all tried to call his bluff before he stepped in there with that, man, he beat the shit out of J-Rock, man, knocked him out, had him looking like they didn't even belong in the same weight class together. See what I'm saying? So, and like T said, man, Jermell be telling motherfuckers to leave him alone, man. And I really believe, I believe he a dog. I believe Jermell is one of those fighters, and I could be wrong. This is my opinion. I'm not passing it off as fact. Maul is one of them fighters that have a tendency, in my opinion, to fight to the level of his competition. And that could be good and bad depending on who he fight. You get what I'm saying? And you fought the guy, the Sebastian, whatever his name was, that dude. He didn't get the knockout. Look how everybody questioned him. If I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but who wanted to see that fight? He ain't want to be in that shit just as much as Wayne want to see it. Get what I'm saying? But I think when he fight these other dudes, because he's not able to secure the fight that he might want, now he's called a duck. And and then people just don't seem to respect him. We talk sports, salute, bro. T20, 147, 54 divisions where fighters go at each other, and that's a fact. And that's why I feel like he'll fight whoever. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I feel like that man will fight whoever. I don't think he'll duck no smoke. Technically, franchise player, it's the business, and I think that too also is what we got to take into account, because to some degree, even though we don't deal in the business aspect as much as we just want to see the fights, but I think the more all of us as a whole collectively could understand about boxing, the less we have to guess about shit, the less we really have to go back and forth about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people do protect their fighters. They twins, everything the same. Yeah, pretty much. So what I'm saying is what Maul did was commendable. He did not have to move up. He could have said, "Yo, I'm sitting right here too." Shit. I mean, who got their belt first? Wasn't it Maul? Did Maul or Mel? Which one of them got their belt first? I just don't remember, but it was close together. But still, what I'm saying is he allowed his brother to shine. He could have just kept it fucking moving. Like, you know what I mean? He could have stayed his ass right there. See what I'm saying? He could have stayed right there. To me, he gets hate because of what he says. He just told us to get and that's what I'm saying. Now listen clearly, Ghost. That's sucker shit. I'm not in no fan of a man talking about the general public or any other man. You get what I'm saying? It's just that's not sports. That's personal shit. So it's like, although I could have an opinion on it because he's making these statements public and saying these things in front of cameras and shit, that's still his personal shit. Like I don't support that. That's weak as hell. Like that's the shit he shouldn't be doing. But when it's time to fight, that man fights. But that ignorant shit, and it gotta be some other shit. They be too personal with Andre, and I hate it. But you know, we know what it is too. Andre is a hell of a fighter, man. They're gonna get what they asking for one day. Nah, facts, T. I'm telling you. And I just follow me. They did that duck shit. Remember, J-Rock? I won't fight Jamal Charlo. Come fight Turkey. Remember, calling him a turkey, all that. He almost had me convinced for a minute that Charlo wasn't gonna take. Man, that man took that fight, beat that man ass in there. They ain't look like they was in the same. They belonged in the same weight class. Right there, it looked like that's what Jamal should have been at 60 and J-Rock was at 54. He looked so fucking small in there. I was like, man, he competed well until that uppercut caught him. And that was it for him. Not just energy and fights, kind of, but he's still dominant. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, he fight down to his competition. I do think if he in there with the top, he gonna prepare that way. I really do, yo. Like, at worst, like, it's a payday for him and a win. So I'm pretty sure a piece of him is at peace, but I'm sure the competitor in him wants to fight the absolute best people. That's what they in it for. I just can't believe anything else until I straight up see that, yo, this nigga had an opportunity to fight this one, and just ain't fought none of them. Then I'll be on their ass. Also, I know what he like behind the scenes. I know fighters personally for story. He's just a piece of shit. I generally hope they end up in there with Morale or take their ass to MMA. He's stupid. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But again, that'd be personal shit. I can't really speak on it because I don't know nothing about them. I don't know them dudes personally at all. I try to keep it boxing, but that is how you get a bad rep though, because it's not only what you do in the ring, it's how you move outside it. And if you got other sources and information, so you might know some shit I definitely don't know. But I just think gotta get them dudes they flowers, man. Two twin brothers, champions doing their thing. Like, you know, ain't Jamal gonna have to get in there with them other guys, but I don't think it's all on him. Like, when I hear people speak on that, they make it seem like it's him. He don't want to fight nobody. Meanwhile, Golovkin asked to just chill and keep calling Canelo out until he retired. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. But disappointing with the porter pie. Oh, he went up there, T20. I ain't catch it. It's a new one. Try IBF Champ 52116. Appreciate you, We Talk Sports. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, so it was JERMELL first. Word. So you see what I'm saying though? Like, big bro says, you know what? I'm gonna let my little bro take over, man. Attacking amateurs, trying to tear down upcomers and more. Yeah, see, and that's stuff that I don't know. So again, like, I can only really comment on the boxing aspect. I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about either, because I'm pretty sure dudes be pieces of shit outside the ring. Not saying them particularly, but I'm pretty sure some of this shit. 54 at 60, still pieces of shit. Yeah, but you got to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a personal angle with them dudes. I'm coming from what we judging them off sport. Like, I think a lot of fighters, good fighters, we could question their personalities and how they shitty outside the ring. Like, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, not just those guys, but I just don't. And you know what it is? A lot of people don't even have the same information you have, Ghost, but you get what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are taught like they hate the dudes so much, but they don't really have the same reason. So the typical person that hate these dudes don't know what you know. Get where I'm going with that? They don't know what you know, but they just hate these dudes. Jamal, he's not fighting anybody. He needs to fight. The younger brother, I like him. Jamal, he needs to take a page out of his younger brother. He don't want to fight nobody. It's like, damn, man, god damn, man, them dudes fight, man. They in there to fight. I just need that same energy with everybody when motherfuckers ain't making the fights, man. I don't see them niggas as some pussies or nothing like that. or what do you say? It isn't a story, it's multiple. I mean, I can get a pro who want to know the show and ask him what happened with Jermell and both. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and that's again, like we wouldn't know that. It's kind of like what you talk. This just remind me of. Let me. How can I say this, man? It's like, what do we know? What do the typical average boxing fan know Jermell and Jermall Charlo for? Boxing, right? Whereas the shit that they doing out, in their own personal time or outside the ring, like we would never know about those things because we got introduced to them through boxing. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like I hear you, I could hear you out, I could take it into account, but I still don't know that information personally for myself. I hear you got that information, but what I'm saying is kind of like with rappers. Sometimes people feel like they gotta, like, sometimes you mix up what the reason we know them and watching and listen to them as opposed to the shit they do in the street. It's just like one don't equal the other. Like the reason we know these rappers is because of the music. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Not the personal shit that might make them a piece of shit. And I just don't know these dudes personally, but I could take what you're saying and take heed and watch closely and see if I see any signs of that. I don't think I seen Jermell face many southpaw. I think the last one was four-ball. Yeah, you might be right, bro. I think you're right about that. 160s on him. Golovkin lost the belts, won them again and unified a year later. But who did I'm gonna keep saying this, yo. Who did he unify with? Golovkin is not a good example because he don't fight nobody. Like, he literally don't fight nobody. Like, they just fought a dude 16-2. Golovkin got like 40 fights, man. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? And now imagine just switch roles. Just put Jermell in Golovkin's situation, and he was doing that. People will be criticizing him for it, yeah. Just like they doing now. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. But like, again, you can't make dudes sign a contract. Get what I'm trying to say? At 160, Golovkin lost the belts. Yeah. If we remove COVID, he been a champ for a year and a few months. He fought a mandatory and unified. But look what kind of people he fighting though, Ghost. He's smoking mirrors. Gennady Golovkin is smoking mirrors to me. His whole career, most of his career is smoking mirrors. He had manufactured product of what? HBO? Some shit like that. HBO ain't still around. That's why he probably ain't relevant. HBO still was around. He probably be relevant as fuck. They probably still be pushing that dude. Same time, active champions want to smoke with Maul, but his team spoke for him and said no. Munguia ducked Jamal. That's a fact. Yeah. I mean, we all know that's another stat pad and record pad dude, man. Munguia. He don't want to fight nobody. So who the hell released that? You know who they was? I don't know if you had heard of, but I could have swore somebody mentioned Munguia potentially fighting Jermell at 160 if he move up or something like that. I don't know how true that is. I did hear. I think I read somebody say that. Nah, bro, those things are true. I don't know. They still good boxers, and that's all I'm saying. Fate. Like I need Ghost to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying your information it don't count or it ain't nothing. It's just I know not to mix the two. You get what I'm saying? Like what they do in the ring, how they behave outside the ring is just two different things. And that's a lot of the shit that they do out there. We ain't gonna see, but they under the microscope when they in the, you get what I'm saying? When they in the ring, they under that microscope. Could you even find with a champion to get a belt? Is that not true? Who you talking about, Ghost? Munguia is supposed to fight Danny Jacobs. Munguia not the champ anywhere. Yeah. But I heard somebody mention Charlo possibly fighting him too. But I did hear the what you saying first, because I think I posted that in my community about Danny Jacobs and Munguia. Just a joke. Oh yeah. Ryan Murata was 2012 Olympian. Arrange his losses, respect him, Murata, and avenge his losses. Nah, it's not that I don't respect him, but it's like, look what we talking about right here. Like, you get what I'm saying? Triple G don't fight people he know he can't beat. He definitely don't. He don't want to challenge himself. That dude really gonna go his whole career without fighting none of these dogs. Just think about that. None of them. He ain't gonna fight none of these dudes. And Munguia handlers not trying to have him fight anyone league. Yeah, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Munguia, to be honest. I mean, legit champion, cool, but 16-2, I'm not impressed, man. That dude is not beating no Golovkin. He never was. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and that's the thing. I don't be wanting to knock none of these champions, but we don't be calling it straight down the line. I got you, D Free. We don't call it straight down the line, man. These dudes, pardon me, I'm just making sure I put this in here. Damn, I'm hungry. Yeah. Where was he at? Like, yeah, legit champion. Yeah. We just don't keep the same exact energy for everybody. You get what I'm saying? It's like Murata's really not that good. Like, let's be honest, because you name 5 people he fought. That's usually how you do that. 3 to 5 people he fought because you possibly name that. And I'm not saying you something wrong with you if you can't, but that's just how little known he is. Like, you're not gonna get too much respect, in my opinion, for beating Murata, a dude that everybody knew he was gonna beat. Go 16-2 or 16-3 as an Olympian who won the belt the same way. Yeah, but fuck that belt. He probably was a title holder. Like, was he a champion or was he a belt holder? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know that much about Murata, but his record ain't nothing that's impressive enough to beat Triple G. He was behind the 8 ball the minute he signed that contract, and he had to know that. And he still was able to do well in spots in there. His levels to the champions too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I always use Jeff Horn because it's just one of the more recent examples of a belt holder, not no real champion. That dude was a belt holder. He got his belt controversially in his very first fight. He did that shit, got right up off it. You know what I'm saying? That is a belt holder. That's not a champion. He didn't have a win with that bitch. I see the weight class is ass. But see, that kind of, that's, I don't want to say moving the goalpost, but that I was like, what exactly my point? Like, but that's who you chose to fight, Murata. Like, why not? Why he ain't fighting Charlo? Why people don't pressure him to get in there with Andre, Charlo, or somebody? No, my bad, D3 was good, bro. He was a legit champion. Yeah, nah, I'm not denying it. You could be a champion, but he fucking was probably a belt holder. I have to go look. I don't really know that much about Murata. I just don't think a dude with 18 fights is beating Triple G. I just don't think so, and I think they knew that. But even though he looked old in that fight, because Murata was getting his shit off too. Legit champion, legit chance. The only people, I don't be honest with you, yo. I don't think he ever would have beat Triple G. A chance, anybody that lace him up and get inside got a chance. But how big of a chance? You get what I'm saying? That dude was never gonna beat no Triple G, man. Like, and they know it wasn't. Because if him and his handlers thought there's a chance he could have lost that fight, or he would have lost, they wouldn't have took it. I know it. I that's my opinion. I can't pass it off as a fact, but I just feel like that's how they would have moved. Pressuring him, he declined Andre. Yeah, so his ass need to be stripped or whatever the fuck case. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like he get somebody will bring him up and say whatever they say, then it'll be over. But when it's Charlo, people can go on and on and on and on and on. To me, it's just not that bad. Why didn't Charlo fight Murata? Charlo beat the hell out that dude, yo. Like, seriously, man. And then you know what? Let's be honest. Charlo would have fought. Charlo was fighting Murata on the 18th instead of Selecki. People would be complaining, yo. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, where's we at in boxing where every opponent that a dude step in there with, it's like, oh, he ass, oh, he trash, he wasn't really that good. It's like, god damn, who good? I heard Rosario was trash, but I didn't hear none of that. I heard totally different energy, and this ain't directed to y'all, but I heard totally different energy before Mel came in there and knocked him out, especially when he beat J-Rock. Motherfuckers weren't saying that. Somebody came on one of the panels and said Rosario was trash. It's like, yo, bro, I can't do this, man. Like, what are we talking about? We can't get nobody. Everybody can't be an A-level fighter. Everybody can't be a champion. Everybody can't be a world beater. It's like, I don't think people understand enough. Like, I'm gonna always give the fighters their credit. I'm gonna try to. Like, I'm trying to give Murata his credit. You never hear me say trash bum. It's just the inexperience. He's not beating no Gennady Golovkin, and they know that. They don't take fights that they feel like they're gonna lose. That's the way his whole career has been built. If you look like you would do some things to him, he will not fight you. Like right now, prime example, because Charlo got a fight coming up and Golovkin just fought. I guarantee you, Charlo go fight Selecki, and he don't look good. I guarantee you, dude would be willing to fight him then. I bet you he would. That's just what he is. That's how he is. He's just manufactured product of HBO, calling that man the best middleweight of the last 25 years and bullshit like that, man. That should be blowing. D3 was good, bro. Let me see him beat it. yeah, he would. Nah, go see. And again, that's just your opinion. I think people. if Charlo ain't fighting like a Andre Benavidez or Canelo, I don't see too many. It's probably a small percentage of people, but I don't see too many opponents where people just won't have a problem with. They got a problem with everything these dudes do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he get pushed by David Benavidez. Then everybody like, Charlo got to stop that shit, man. He got to stop that shit. Both parties at fault. Like, get what I'm saying? It's like they only see the shit wrong when it's him doing it. Like, I don't get that. Say would complain. Nah, I can say that because I feel like that's really what they do. They would complain. The same way you saying people won't complain, and you can say it is the same way I could say I feel like people would complain. It's our opinion. I really think people will complain about that. Let them go fight Murata. They're like, he was 16-2. I could hear it now. And again, this is just my thought process, but I've seen this story over and over. The man got called a duck for the longest for not fighting J-Rock. He got in there, knocked this man out, and didn't get no credit. You get what I'm trying to say? Charlo don't get credit. They don't. Especially being that they outspoken, it's like people want them dudes to be like robots. They can't be perfect. I don't fucking support sucker shit. But at the same time, we just got to start giving these dudes a little more credit. Everybody can't be a bum. We got to come up with a better, criteria on how we judge and assess how good fighters are, man. Everybody can't be a world beater in your resume. Everybody be having those type of opponents. And it's like, he not fighting people. None of them dudes ain't fighting people.
Yo, what's going on, Just Do?
What's going on with you?
No, I heard you were saying you was trying to figure out where you got that where you heard that JERMELL can possibly fight Maguire. That was Blue Blood.
All right, it was Blue. Good looking. I couldn't remember. I just know somebody has said it to me. Word, but Castano said he willing to fight Fundora or Tszyu. What you think about it?
Like I said in the chat, I don't care who you put him in there with. I believe Charlo is going to beat all those guys. I believe he'll knock Castano out a second time. I believe he'll stop Tszyu, and I believe he'll beat up Fundora. I don't care who you put him in there with.
I agree, yo. I think so. I just like his mentality. He's just like, if I got to fight one of them to reposition myself, because you got a small percentage of the people asking about a trilogy and shit like that. And I think all that stuff is realistic, but it's like, all right, he got to get himself back in position for that to be a factor. You know what I'm saying? He can't just go right back in there. And like I said, and I'm gonna keep hammering this point home because people sometimes they don't hear you the first time. I can see if that fight would have went like to the 12th round and it was nip and tuck all the way, and he just managed to catch him and knock him out and win like that, I could kind of see that. But he showed you separation, then he showed you the knockout. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, he kind of closed that chapter without a third fight needing to happen. You get what I'm saying? Because in that fight, he showed he's a better fighter than you. He can outthink you and he can get you out of there. So it's like, you don't really got a leg to stand on in terms of a trilogy, not right away anyway.
Yeah, and the reason why Blue Blood said that is because JERMELL said he's moving up to 160. And Blue Blood was like, well, he could fight Maguire at 160 because we know he's not gonna fight his brother, and Triple G is trying to fight Canelo, so the only other champion there for him to fight would be Maguire.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing McGee finally get in there with somebody that could test him. Yeah, and slide counter, Eubank Jr., man, he could potentially get people good fights, but he just don't seem like he be wanting to fight none of these dudes either. Seem like he'd be cool with just not having to fight people. These people will fight each other already if it weren't toxic. But to see, this is what I'm saying, and that's why I'm trying my best, yo, to have the most productive conversation possible. Because when we divide it, it just makes the politics like exist on another level. If you get what I'm saying, like the more we divided about this, who's a duck, that's exactly what they be wanting. And I don't want to sound like cliche-ish, but it's like that's what separates us. Then before you know it, we calling each other fanboys, and that's when the disrespect starts. Just think about that. But we're allowing it because we're getting so much information and people are mixing facts and opinions and passing them all in there as one, and you can't do that. And then it leave us bickering back and forth about who deserved this and who should get this. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just make the best available fights, and I don't think any of us would be mad. You get what I'm saying? But when we argue back and forth, we're farther away from that. We're further removed from getting that. We're not gonna get that because we still too busy in here arguing, and we allow these dudes to blur the lines, and then you can't separate the fact from an opinion after a while, and that's where the problems start. You know what I'm saying? Then I see people do it all the time. A person will go to the grave arguing you down about an opinion, some shit they heard and don't even know to be true, but they'll argue you down. I'm like, yo, that shit is counterproductive, man. At the end of the day, putting the best absolute fighters in there with each other, you're gonna get the great results that we're looking for. We're not gonna have to argue about who's fighting who. You get what I'm saying? It's a more peaceful environment. It's like all these dudes grown, get your asses in the ring, and when y'all don't move accordingly, we on your ass. G5, my bro, was good.
What up, man? What up, man? D Freeman, my brother. What's good, my dude?
Nah, see, Ghost, I mean, it all depends on who you talking to, though. You get what I'm trying to say? It all depends on who you talking to.
I was gonna put my glove on. Grab
Some people might have gave him credit for J-Rock, like real boxing fans, but think about how many people are just looking for a reason to be mad. And you know how I know he don't get the proper credit? Because the same people that was saying he'd duck him and J-Rock will beat him, that's why he ain't fight him. Those people disappear. They don't have the equal energy once they're wrong. You don't even see them dudes no more. So that's what when I speak of not giving them the credit, you just see so many comments, and this ain't even my channel that you see the comments. You just social media, anything boxing related. People will bring up Jermell Charlo in a negative light any chance they get. You get what I'm saying? So it's like ultimately to us, maybe the diehards, we gave them the credit, but it's a ton of other people who didn't, and that's how they do. They continue to do it and keep hoping that it's somebody that could beat them. And when they wrong, they go in the hiding. They're nowhere to be found. They're not online talking about, you know what, he proved me wrong. Whereas me, I'm telling you, he proved me wrong. That was the only time I picked Jermell Charlo to lose. I don't know why. I thought J-Rock was on some shit at the time, but if I'd have known he would have came in the ring looking like a junior middleweight where they was at, and Charlo was going to look like a damn full-fledged middleweight that rehydrated, that's just how it looked to me. I would have never thought he was going to win. It just, J-Rock looked small in there, and he competed until he got caught, like I said, but we gave him the credit. People disappeared, and they just move on to the next. And at this point, it looked like all people is just willing to do is complain about Charlo and say the negative. He fought Derevyanchenko. People still had something negative to say. I thought he was switched on defensively for that fight. He looked good. He beat that boy up. They still, you give him, he get halfway credit for whoever he fight. It's like, it's weird, man. That's why I said, what's up with all the Texas hate, man? People calling them niggas the Peppermint Twins. They putting strawberries on Spence's face, like little weird shit. Like, and I know where they got that from more recently because I just seen the video. So I know why they put the strawberry there, because of some shit he did with his girl. But that's the shit I be talking about, the weirdo shit. Like, man, that man moved like a real man in boxing and outside of boxing. So it's like, I don't be understanding the hate. You say Hassan died and Rob Brandt, I know for sure. Yeah, 60 is in a deep division. Yeah, and Rob Brandt and then them dudes ain't beating nobody. Brandt, he ain't 60 because GGJ Andre, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as them dudes go to 68, somebody they gotta fight. You can't keep just being in the same weight division and not fighting each other. Teddy, salute, bro. Charlo can move to 60, fighting champion of his choice. His options with Charlo, Triple G. Yeah, well, hopefully he fight one of them. Don't at the select, just fight one of them dogs, man. Munguia is in the champ at 60. Munguia get on my nerves. Eubank don't want to fight nobody that want to fight him. The belt's not vacant. The WBO is Demetrius Andre. That's cool. I mean, they keep throwing this Johnny back. I hate, and you get what I'm saying. Like, every time they turn around, they're gonna find somebody else that they feel like he can't beat. There's always somebody, and then right away, and that's why I have a problem with the duck word. It's not nobody in here, but it's like, as soon as they hear a potential fight, and it just don't happen right away. Oh shit, he's a duck. He's a duck. He's a duck. I'm like, man, y'all be tripping, man. I need to bring light to that. What's that? What's that, bro? The champions, I say Demetri. Yeah. And they all need to fight each other. Ghost, all of them. Like nobody is exempt from getting in there with a dog. Like get in there. I think Connor be ducking. Eubank really be ducking. Let's BSing or is Eubank? Yeah, man. Connor, I ain't gonna call him a duck, but I'm gonna say he got different energy when it's time for him to say who he want. You know what I'm saying? If he got it kind of laid there on the platter for him, like I said, when they pulled American in there, he had a certain energy. Then as soon as they went to ask him who he want, he said, I'll let my team figure that out there. Iron, put him in front of me, I'll iron him out. Some shit like that, he said. Eubank and Munguia need to fight each other for the duck belt. Yeah, for real, man. Because Munguia is patting the fuck out that record. JERMELL can go fight GGG next if he want. He could, but you know why that ain't gonna happen? Because GGG ain't gonna get in there with him. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Brian Castano versus Tszyu would be a great fight. Both have success on the ropes. Not a boxer in the center of the ring, but I think Castano could be a slightly better boxer in the center of the ring. Yeah. Yeah. I could see he could trouble Tszyu with his activity and possibly pressuring him like that. Because Tszyu don't throw a ton of punches. He's selective with his shots. Promoters probably make fighters duck on purpose just to build up a fight for the money, fans to argue. And you see, Fate, you see what I'm saying? And that's what it works to a certain degree. And I think some of that misinformation is done on purpose to create exactly that. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, GGG is free right now. He can get the fight though. Yeah, he don't want to do that. He should go IBF way because that's a fight, not an option for GGG. Triple G ain't trying to fight nobody but Canelo. And I don't even know if he really want that. Munguia duck Johnny back. Munguia don't fight people, bro. He don't be wanting to fight. Johnny back a dog. I believe he decent. I believe he good. I've seen a little bit of him. Brian Castano versus Sebastian Fundora will be a great fight. Both inside fighters, I think. Castano will have more success on the inside. I think Fundora will meet his match versus Castano inside fight-wise. Yeah, that could be another one. But like I said, I'm glad to hear that this dude just lost and he already talking about fighting somebody else. And I know he'd do it. But what y'all think about Fundora saying JERMELL don't like pressure? Because I seen him get pressure for 22 rounds right now, and that second round of pressure, that second fight of pressure, that shit brought out a diamond. That shit, you know what I mean? He shined in that shit. So he got pressured and he came out on top. That's why I don't think you could say he don't like no pressure, because he handled it a certain way. I'm gonna put GGG in that position before we say GGG would say yes, not. But see, again, that's just my thought process. Yours might be different, because see, you feel like, the Charlos might not want to fight somebody. So it's like, we can't say that. We can't say that and pass that as fact with them. But then when we see how Triple G been moving, he 40, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? He's not going to say yes. He would have been fought one of them dudes if he was really trying to be great. That's how I know that. Oh, shit. My bad, bro. My bad, T.
Sorry.
What's good with it? Fundora is still concussed.
Ghost. Hey, no, no, just
they don't like them damn Charlo twins, boy. Yeah.
Damn well Triple G done Charlo, but don't start that. Don't start that blasphemy. Don't start that blasphemy.
Bud out here hating. Yeah, what he doing now, man? He hit that podcast. Y'all, did anybody catch it? Cause I did.
I ain't catch it. I'm gonna watch it on. I'm gonna watch it on. I'm the one that I told everybody to watch it, not me. I gotta watch it. You might be dealing. I'm gonna do it after my jump out. But I ain't check that jump out because I don't even want to halfway go scan. I don't want to miss it. I want to make sure I get everything I need.
I don't know what's really going on.
Teach had said something to me. Teach said he disappointed in what Bud said. I asked him what he said, but he disappeared. Well, I disappeared because I came back and he was gone. You know what I mean? I want to know what the hell he said.
Oh, he said, "Don't waste your time on it." He said nothing.
He said nothing.
It wasn't a podcast from today. It was an old video.
Dropped 2 hours ago. He dropped today. Came out 2 hours ago.
That boy weird as hell, man. He got butter and say shit.
Yeah,
so on Spence neck, and he said it isn't just a counter puncher.
Did he say anything about why? Why did he address the rumors? Anything?
Oh, okay.
Maybe they recorded some of the time. Yeah, that motherfucker happened 2 hours ago. Whatever you talking about, guys, he dropped today 2 hours ago.
Bud better get his my girl be saying that just can't counsel their ass in the ring and fight. I don't care about him or them fucking turtleneck vest shits that he wearing, just like he about to go fishing all the time.
He said he won't spin. Did he say anything about like a close they were or some shit? Did he say anything like shit about how close they was? Did he say? He said he won them next. Did he say that it's going to happen next? Did he want to ask him anything about what Spence said?
Yeah,
he said, "Bro, Spence not really from Texas. Nigga. He don't got nothing to do with that." He said, "Bro, they recorded the video a while back. They uploaded it. All right, 2 hours ago. It's getting it." I don't know.
And Counselor Crawford, not her cup of tea.
Yeah, man.
He dressed like a fly ass fisherman. Something fly ass fucking fisherman. And he said Bud ain't from Texas.
They don't got nothing to do with nothing though. I don't even care.
Yeah, the other weak ass nigga said
only 10 minutes. All he said was he won't spend. Okay. Damn, bro. Port ain't asked that man a good enough questions then, dog. I'm blaming Porter.
12 minutes and all he said was after Spence, you want Mel.
I'm gonna blame Porter for it. So he is saying he won't vote early, so I guess it's gonna happen. Maybe I don't know. I guess it's gonna happen. Maybe they go announce the tank fight. We'll be. I guess we gotta wait to see then, huh? But I don't know, bro. I guess this week.
This dude called Mel out one more fucking time, bro.
Right, bro.
You don't want that shit, Crawford. You don't want that, bro. I'm telling you.
My thing is, he basically saying I'm going to 54 after this. It's just the way, he just saying I want JERMELL, but he basically saying the same thing Earl saying. But my thing is, nigga, we trying to get both of y'all to come with this shit happening, nigga. Both of y'all talking about what y'all thinking shit. But you supposed to know. You work for you. You don't got no company, bro. You supposed to be telling us shit. Earl can't tell us nothing because Al Hammond making it for him. Earl telling me, I think it's gonna happen. Ain't no nothing in the way. But Bud know exactly what's going on. You the man that's cutting the deal. G, you supposed to be informing us. But I'm guessing since he's speaking positively about it, I'm guessing. He ain't saying no more. At least, but man, we need some. I'm guessing something big. I'm guessing we gonna get a big announcement, bro, because they being real.
They just milking it, dragging their feet.
Yeah, they being real.
Yeah, I said that too. Canelo gonna fight John Ryder next. That's why I said
y'all see what Eddie Hearn said about Triple G, and he said the biggest fights for Canelo are Triple G 3 and B-Ball 2.
Not gonna
so Canelo may want to fight John Ryder, goddamn. But Eddie Hearn saying that he need to fight Triple G next. But I do John Ryder. John Ryder was an option at 175, wasn't it?
I agree. Retalk Sports. Listen to Derek James is pivotal.
Not 168. John Ryder is 168. Yeah, this 168.
I hope not. He ain't just talking. Tell him we on his ass. I said that in another chat. We on his ass. He do that. We on his ass. Anybody playing with him? Tagging him and everything. Fuck that. Start tagging his man too. Fuck that. Tag him too.
I tell you this though, I'm done talking as with what Ghost just told me as far as what he said in the interview. I'm gonna go look at it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm done talking about this shit until
Nothing fight, nothing stopping the fight. He cried. Wasn't one before.
I got one more stream. I got one more stream on where I'm gonna talk about it, and then I'm gonna be done with it. My one more.
Until they do something.
Yep. Tomorrow, I'm doing my one stream tomorrow, and y'all go know.
OT big salute, my bro. Well, this one really was supposed to be about what's next for Mel, really, because we got options. He could move up if he really wanted to, or he could go beat one of these young boys that they think he can't beat. I wouldn't mind seeing him punch on one of these dudes. Spencer JERMELL, he stays at 54.
Yeah, so what I said too, Ghost Stanonis versus Boots would be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good test. But you know what? Hey, beat his ass too. I know that. I just think he might actually be able to go a few rounds before he get knocked out, or he could fight.
Stanonis presents some interest.
He told you might fight Spencer Mel because he don't like Mel gonna knock his ass out. You better leave Mel alone. Tell him leave them CHARLO brothers alone. Especially the angry one. He always mad. You better leave him alone.
Mel 154.
I'm gonna knock Tim the fuck out first. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him knock him out. Or seeing Tszyu and Fundora fight. I don't care. Yeah. I watched that. Stan Jonas fight.
It's a good little fight for him. I told y'all Booty wasn't gonna beat him either. I ain't do a video on it because I'm like near one.
You don't know by now that Porter Poway interview with Bud is already up and out. People ain't tapped in or caught it.
I ain't catch that. John. What you take from you? You caught it.
I just caught some highlights of it, and like I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? It's the hate is real, bro. Like man, let's get one thing straight. Earl is from New York, so y'all miss me with the Texas boy shit, and Charlos are from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? So miss me with that shit too. I'm like, but you say they not Texas boys, but they asked you, would you go to Dallas to fight? Now we need a neutral location. Well, if they ain't from there or they ain't Texas boys, why the fuck you don't want to come here? You see, it's shit like this right here, bro. You say they not from there, but you don't want to fight in Dallas. But they ain't Texas boys, why the fuck?
You find Bud said they need a new location. Bud said
yeah, he said they need a new location. He said he told them we fighting in Vegas. That's what he told them. And they said he said it on there. He said I told them we need a neutral location. They said is the fight happening? He said the fight definitely happened. And I told them we need a neutral location. But I find it kind of funny. You say they not Texas boys, but you don't want to fight in Texas though.
So the problem is the location.
Right.
I gotta listen to this, Jet. So the problem, he said, is the location, not the money.
Yeah. I caught that. I caught all that. But I'm just saying, don't make this point of trying to drill home that they ain't from Texas, but then you don't want to fight in Texas though. Or you know what I'm saying? You can't play. You got to pick one, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I ain't knocking you, bro, but don't say they ain't Texas boys and they been here. Earl moved from New York when he was a baby, bro. His life has been grown in Texas, bro. The Charlos moved when they were young kids, bro. They 32 years old, bro. Nigga, they a Texas boy, bro. He even broke it down. If you heard anything that Mel said with the interview with his daddy was on there before the fight, he was like, my roots. Oh, yeah, we are. Was born in Louisiana. Our roots start letting you know they Natchez and the Church Point, the whole, where they from out there. But we got family in Louisiana and in Texas. And shit, we was back and forth since we was little. And we just chose to reside in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like our roots are there, but nigga, we are Texas boys. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, he from New York, rep your city. I'm like, that's kind of lame as fuck. It's like you always shooting for below the belt type shit, or you try to make a point like
different shit.
As fuck, bro. Like stick to the course, bro. Stay on script, bro. You know what I'm saying? You worrying about where they from, nigga? Are you fighting or what? Fuck where they from, nigga. Are you gonna fight them? This New York or Texas nigga, don't matter. Are you fighting him or not? That's all the fans care about. We don't give a fuck anything else you said. Only thing we want to know, motherfucker, are you fighting? Straight up.
Yeah, Boots will stop Stanionis though. Honestly, I think the most Stanionis could do is go some rounds. Not even gonna lie, I've seen him fight. He can fight. Boots just special. Stanionis is good, but Boots is special. That's how I see that. Yeah, they should just make the fight.
Let me mute my mic real quick.
Facts. Facts. He from NY. Yeah, you like people won't claim him. They don't care where he from. He can fight his ass off. Texas, but the way Katie Taylor, you want to get in there with Katie Taylor? You gonna finish with Amanda Serrano started?
Hey, that's the only thing I don't like. It's like if I'm gonna fight somebody, I don't give a fuck where they from, what they rep. You know what I'm saying? Who they show out for, or who bring them the crowd, bro. If I want to fight them, bro, I just want to fight.
He always talking about something irrelevant. Always.
I just want to scrap, bro. That's all I want to do is fight. And so I don't give a fuck if the motherfucker. But see, the difference between Earl and Bud, Earl will fight that nigga in Omaha. Yeah, he just cut like that.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't to say I'm biased.
Yeah, salute, bro.
Willing to go overseas for his first belt. Now you think he's scared to go to Omaha?
Ain't no way.
Then he was younger. He was younger in the tooth at that time. He wasn't even as experienced as he is now. See, I look at shit in a totally different light, bro. Well, I said, man, you niggas can't fuck with me, bro. Y'all niggas better go get some help, nigga.
Exactly.
Go get some help when y'all want to break down shit and make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Now, why I say, man, a nigga that flew out of Ferrari and hit country, you think he's scared or worried about Bud hurting him? No, not at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think that's why I like they killing me with this. Oh, he gonna knock him out, he gonna stop him. Bruh, he is not a one-punch KO artist. He buzz people and he hop on them. So y'all think he is. No. He buzz you and then he try to hop on you and he good at it. Exactly. No cap. He good at the shit.
Yep. He been successful.
But against who? And every time you ask that question, who, and put a question mark behind it, it's like the motherfucker, you pulling Wilson teeth with no anesthesia.
Like crickets after that now.
Yeah, or they start complaining. What you mean who? He was undisputed. He was this, he was that. Bro, we don't care about your past shit, bro.
Exactly. And that shit just don't. Man, yo, it's like
T20. Hey, bro, I don't care what they say. That nigga Earl got love in New York and Dallas. He ain't never denied, never said he wasn't born in New York. That's what I'm like. I can see if the man was denying that he was born in New York. He moved as a baby, you know what I'm saying? But you see how they just try to make something more than what it is when it ain't? Bro, who thinks Earl is a New Yorker? Come on, my nigga. Don't nobody give a fuck what you talking about, Bud, on that weak ass point, bro. That shit was lame as fuck.
So, you know, I'm never reckoning.
Lame as fuck, bro. Always something trying to point out and pry at something and get another angle for people to try to shit on Earl. That's what we talking about. That's what Earl
does. And you notice when it's coming from Crawford camp, it's never on boxing. It's just personal shit.
And fuck all this Texas shit. Let me tell y'all something. They was going in Lafayette and he was going to New York. What the fuck does that have to do with anything about boxing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, are you really focused on this fight? Cause that's a whole bunch of jealous bitch shit right there. Like, you can't even, man, nah, bro. That shit, that's weird energy, bro. That is real weird.
Crawford just moving weird. At the end of the day, it's weird and it's questionable. And I said it before. I said it in a different situation. Like it was referring to Canelo opponent selection. Whenever your opponent selection is causing a division in the sport, and the same applies for Bud, if the way you moving is causing a division in the sport, it's probably safe to say it's you. You get what I'm saying? It's probably fucking safe to say it's your goofy ass. So we all know who need to get it together, and hopefully he will. If he don't, like I said, we on his ass.
Man, shit lame as fuck, bro. And I mean, you said the fight happening, so you know you on wax. So now, if you don't, now people gonna be on your ass. So why you lie and say the fight happened? You know what I'm saying?
So I kind of want to hear him talk because I know the more he talk, the better chance we got of him saying something where he kind of came back about it at. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it.
Yeah, because
The New York people love to claim spins. That's what T20 was saying. I think like fuck it, we'll claim him. Like
you know what else,
they gonna love that man because he moves like a real champion.
Right. Hey, the killing part is that these niggas gotta realize, be cautious of what you say and what you ask for. Us as real boxing fan and boxing purists, you just can't say shit to us and think we don't hear that shit and ain't gonna dissect it if the shit don't look right.
Exactly. We own it, bro. And like I said before, I don't want to sit here and like hope for one of the fighters that we're in support of heavily to do some fuck shit, but just know if that's just so happen, the rear his head, we on their ass too. Like when we say we on their ass, it ain't like we gotta be disrespectful about it. We just
not a one-way street,
you know.
Because we choose Spence, that it's a one-way street, like we won't hop dead on his motherfucking ass, nigga. I'm an equal opportunist, nigga. Anybody can get this smoke, nigga. Anybody. If you ain't moving right, bro, I don't give a fuck if you Earl, Charlo, you don't take Wilder, I'm on your motherfucking helmet, bro. I expect more out of you, mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you expecting us to keep supporting you, shit, we expect more. Keep it a buck in this motherfucker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like people scared to call out their favorite fighter like it's against the law, like they above reproach or something. Nigga, we all human. Ain't nobody that perfect, nigga. People fuck up. And when they fuck up, that's why people there to lace their boots up, get your ass back on track, them wheels off track. You know what I'm saying?
A man just unified the division, one belt away from being undisputed, and his coach whispered right in his ear, "Oh, we can't lose focus. You gotta get back in the lab." Man, goddamn. God damn, man. Them boys on a mission, bro.
Shit, they both on the mission. It's Kemp.
Them boys is on a mission.
His team on the mission. Derek James on the mission. He stay in better shape than is damn near as good as Earl now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That man,
they ain't worrying about that. They not worried about that. They just let you know these niggas living a lifestyle of being great over there. Not just talking about it. They live in that lifestyle, man. When your trainer, your coach,
T20 probably asked him not to ask him about the shirts. You know, trust me, they prepped before they did that. That's probably why it wasn't a live joint and it was just something that you get what I'm saying. They just shot it and then put it out like that because I'm pretty sure it was rehearsed or they got some straightening. Best believe Crawford got some straightening and it ain't just so happened to not bring that up. Made sure that was controlled and some shit where it wouldn't make them look bad. You got nobody there that's gonna really ask me what's holding up the fight. Like that's the real question. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. I don't want to hear no shit talking. Don't get up here talking about JERMELL Charlo. I personally think he'll knock your ass out. You had to grow into 47. You will have to grow into 54. It was safe to assume. You're not gonna just go up there in your first fight and just dethrone the undisputed champion because you just so good. You gonna fuck around and retire 38-2, fucking with them Texas niggas. You better leave them niggas alone because you best be worried about this. Keep talking about what you gonna do to Mel.
Yeah, you talking about
beat your ass, take your ass up there to Mel and get knocked out. That's gonna be the end of you.
Hey, why motherfuckers keep forgetting like Earl don't be sparring the Charlos and shit? Come on, my nigga. He's fighting, he's sparring championship merit caliber fighters, bro, on a normal basis. No disrespect, but Shakur and them ain't gonna get you ready for no Earl or no goddamn Mel. Nobody that you training or helping is gonna prepare you for these men, bro. These niggas on demon time, bro.
Yeah.
They trying to break something and fuck up something. You think shit, bro? Okay. Okay.
He said Bo Mac looking hungry and snoring while he's awake. Yo, you crazy. You crazy, yeah, man. Bo Mac, man. That if there's one person Earl probably really don't like, is him. I think he feel like he just be slighting him too much, bro. Yeah, Earl probably don't like no Bo Mac. Trying to put a troll comment on KOB's radio. You stupid, Spence, Raps in New York. You know you stupid. Appreciate that. You already got it, bro. I seen you in here enough. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. We I think it's gonna be. Of course, it was gonna be some stalling. You know, it would have been like how T always say, too much like right. If fucking everything just went at the pace we wanted it. But I don't think it ain't no way out. I'm gonna just assume that, and I'm gonna keep it like that. But as far as this 54-pound division, man.
Bro,
Castano was ready.
He light in the ass, man. 54 is not a place for nobody who is not ready for body work, bro. I don't give a fuck how much you can move. Hey, guess what? Newsflash, motherfuckers. Let me tell y'all something. You can move lateral all you want and move off around the ring if all you want to. But guess what? If you a master at cutting off the ring with good footwork, guess what? You're gonna run into that nigga that can cut the ring off. I'm telling y'all think this shit is.
Yeah, I remember Shakur say he been handling Bud and sparring lately because at first he was like, I ain't gonna lie, when he first sparred, but he was like, Bud, whip my ass. But he was like, after that, each time he get better and better. And then recently, you know what I mean? That's why I think he be wanting to spar him, because that's all that's gonna do is make him better. You're not gonna break his confidence because he's mentally tough and he know he good. So I could just imagine how competitive that sparring could be at this point. Shakur really a different dude.
Yeah, and that's making Shakur better. But guess what? How's that helping you out, bud? Yeah, it can try to help you keep sharp and help you keep work on your movement. But what else is it doing for you though? That's all I want to know. What else is it doing with support? How's that helping you? How are you benefiting from that? Truly, I mean, I just want to know, because that style is not CHARLO or Earl Spence. They can box, but Shakur is a pure boxer. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not trying to, be in the mix with nobody that's gonna help you prepare for them, you doing yourself a disservice. Steve Nelson not gonna help you prepare for them. Prepare for Earl Spence. He's too slow.
Ass whooping.
Hold on. Throwing mellow like this bitch is a frisbee in this hole.
Yeah. Facts, T. I feel you. That my opinion, but Justice League.
I guarantee you, Earl got people in the camp doing what? Helping him prepare for Terrence Crawford, bro. You think he not sparring Frank Martin, who can move, who can box and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? He not Bud, but shit, that nigga, he got something. You know what I'm saying? Give him different type of looks. You know what I'm saying?
Lied on the Porter Boy podcast and say he could fight in the pocket. He went up there and told motherfuckers he could fight in the pocket. I'll say this, my response to him saying that is, I ain't never really was on record for saying he can't fight in the pocket, but he don't. So show me that you could and go fight EJ like that so we could go ahead and get this over with.
Hey, last time what happened in the pocket with him? Last time we seen Bud in the pocket.
Fight that man in the pocket. You don't have to work for him. He don't got to go looking for you. He's going to have more of his energy to beat your ass. So please oblige that man in the ring if you want to. If you think you the bigger dog, you might have that little dog complex, but that'll make you the bigger dog. Your bite ain't bigger. I don't give a fuck what you deadlift with them big ass boots you had on. I don't give a fuck. You just ain't a weightlifting competition, man. This is fisticuffs, man. And that's what Spence gonna bring.
I'm trying to tell you, my guy.
Yeah, Green Bean. Green Bean. The more I watch that shit, the more I know he got knocked down, and the ref just missed it. The more I realized that he legit went down, and he wouldn't. And my thing is, if you never got hit with that punch clean or a couple punches like that, you would have never been in that predicament to be on the ground. That's what I know. Because they say he would have threw the combination, it would have kind of like tangled up a little bit, and he wouldn't have landed nothing. He would have never been on the ground in that position, if we're being honest. You was only able to be, because you got knocked there pretty much. And it just got a little tangled for a second that it looked like, you get what I'm saying with the, you know what I mean? It just threw the ref off. He wasn't watching that the right way, because the more you watch the replay, the more you see that he got clipped. It hurt. And I'm just saying.
He didn't want to call it, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. The ref seen this shit. He seen it. He just didn't want to call it because it was Green Bean that knocked it down. But after the fight, they wanted to boost up Green Bean's profile so they can justify him getting dropped by Green Beans. Bro, y'all, I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit is too easy.
Me either. Never seen him really in the pocket.
This shit is too easy to dissect, bro. Like, I don't even have to think hard for this shit, bro.
That's what I keep saying, Derek. Yo, people don't understand that strategy, man. That strategy and the style is gonna be a motherfucker. Like it's just what it is. Like history says he's accurate, man, and just that work rate is. I'm gonna keep saying this shit. You gonna be hard to stop that. That's all I'm saying. Better come with your A++ game. Yep. Boy gonna be on your ass.
Looking at that podcast. I was looking at the podcast interview. I was sitting there laughing. He said Earl is not from Dallas, he's from New York. I'm like, man, that's like saying my brother is from California. My brother was a baby when we lived in California. He was born in California, we moved back to DC. I'm like, he's not from California, he's from DC. He's been from Dallas. The only place he know of is Dallas. He was a baby when he was in New York. They relocated to Dallas.
Exactly.
That's all he knows.
Dumbass motherfuckers trying to find a reason to deflect. Just bring your little black ass on there and tell the people what's going on.
If you listen to the podcast, you know what the issue is. If you listen to the podcast, you know what the issue is. He said we need a neutral playing field. And then he want to say, oh, he's not from Dallas, he's from New York. So basically what you're saying is you want to go somewhere where he can't have all the fans there. But little do you know, Vegas ain't nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump from Texas.
Hey, don't tell him that. Don't tell that nigga that. Don't tell him nothing, bro. And my thing is, like, I don't know, like, bro, you can't say they ain't from Texas, but then don't want to fight in Texas, though. No, they from New York, rep your city. Okay, well, come. He not from Texas, so fight him in Texas, though. Nah, he too popular there, cause bitch, that's his city. Why the fuck? That nigga done built his shit from here. He went to high school here, elementary school here. Come on, bro.
It's so real. That fight could be in Nebraska. It ain't like it's gonna make a fucking difference.
That's like saying Michael Jordan ain't from Charlotte. He from New York. He's not from Charlotte. He's from New York.
Yeah, for real.
Michael Jordan was born in New York, but he lived in Charlotte his whole life.
It's so real. The nigga bio might say exactly that. Birthplace might say New York, wherever exactly, and then say residence. It might say, DeSoto, Texas, or some shit like that. People just dumb. At the end of the day, you can't tell them Texans and that city that he ain't from there. They embrace that man. They love him. He embraced them back. That shit is genius. It's smart. He got the support of the people, and he repped them very fucking well. So good luck with coming up with more excuses, man, because you're running out of shit. The
one positive thing I will take from that interview was that the fight is going to happen. He said the fight is going to happen. It's 100% going to happen. We're just trying to agree. And for all these Bud fans that kept saying, send Bud the contract, Bud ain't receive a contract, that lets you know that he received the contract because he said, we're not fighting in Dallas. So that means they send him an offer to fight in Dallas. And he said, no, we're not fighting in Dallas. We're fighting in Vegas.
Yeah.
But all y'all keep saying, they ain't send Bud nothing yet. They ain't send Bud nothing yet. I told you, I stopped listening to fucking dumbass Bernie. Bernie don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He too busy with his pom-poms out to be keeping it all the way above.
You know what it is, bro? You know what the sad part is, though? They gonna keep listening to his dumb ass. Clearly, bro, you not getting as much information, and you ain't tight as in the circle as you thought you would, because you would have known it.
Yeah. I
guarantee you, if these two brothers on his channel, they part of my circle. If I had something major going on, don't you think they'll know? Think about that. Why wouldn't my people I call my brother, you know what I'm saying, fam, not know what the fuck going on? So, nigga, you just a puppet, nigga. A little bitch ass puppet that's run his mouth, who talking shit, talking about you won't smoke, and then try to put a stipulation in there, 35 and down, bro. How many grown men you know 135 pounds? I don't know that many, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, most niggas around me, they at least 185 pounds. Shit, 150 is the lightest. You know what I'm saying?
The smallest
I don't know the grown men 135 pounds.
The smallest grown person I know weighs more than 130 pounds, and that's my damn son. He's 18 years old. That nigga weighs 150 pounds. He's the smallest man I know. I don't know nobody 130 pounds that's a grown ass man.
Yeah. Oh, he out here issuing smoke challenges or something. What he say? He wanna?
Oh, I take that back.
Oh yeah, he's talking about. He's talking about, yeah, man. Who wants to smoke? Who want it? He got to talking too much, and then motherfuckers start answering the bell, and it must have been niggas he know that's big, and he's like, nah, you got to be 135 and down. Bitch, how you gonna call out for smoke and then put a stipulation in after you see motherfuckers answering the call? Hell on your ass. And now you got to be 135. 9th grade, nigga. 8th grade.
Jerry Russell fought at 126, but he walks around at like 140, 150. He's not even 130 pounds.
Telling you, Castano and Fundora would be crazy. That'd be a good ass fight. Them niggas would go at it, bro. Them niggas will go at it.
Oh,
that shit would be fun.
That fight right there. I think Fundora might win that fight.
Yeah,
it's a 50-50 fight, but I think Fundora might win it because I believe he's the better inside fighter.
Man, that's gonna be a pressure fight. Shit, I don't know. I think
that's how I seen it.
That's gonna be a pressure fight. I look at it like it can, Fundora, he pressed it, but sometimes he'll step back to, like, I guess, I don't know if that's what he does to kind of like reset and, catch his wind. He can't do that shit against Castano, bro. You can't try to step back and reset because that motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
Right. The real question will be, can Fundora stand up to Castano punches? That would be the real question.
That was what I was getting to. Because when you take that lapse and break, Lubin rocked your ass. He just couldn't finish the job. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't move enough. He was trying to stand right there, and he was right in pressure and uppercut range for Fundora. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't move around and box and move and keep his stick out there and stick and move. That's on him. Yeah. Then his ass started getting hurt and banging. Now your ass starting to get wore down. Now your legs getting tired. Now you can't move. So now your ass is you in harm's way now. Now this long motherfucker gonna keep uppercutting the shit out your ass.
That's a fact. Tell you
know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
But we know Castano got a chin like a motherfucker there. That's one thing he got. They got a beard on him. So we seen him get hit with shit before he went down. That motherfucker, like, he got a beard, boy. So that's an interesting fight, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's a 50-50 fight, though. I agree with you, D-Free. That's a 50-50 fight. Seriously.
Tony Harrison versus Fundora. Shit, the way Tony Harrison looked in his last fight, man. Fuck around, box. What's the name? Fuck up.
I don't think Tony Harrison can hold up. I don't think Tony Harrison can hold up.
Oh, you think his gas?
He might hold up. Yeah, I think his gas ain't gonna give out. I don't think he's gonna hold up.
Nah, that's fair though. That's definitely fair because he got issues with his gas tank for sure. And Fundora gonna be pressuring him. He gonna be moving. If he could sustain it, then yeah, I'll give it to him. But I get exactly what you mean because that's how I seen him lose by getting tired, gas, and getting caught. Tszyu Castano, yeah, man. Harrison versus Tszyu. Lubin versus Conwell. Or Madrimov. Conwell coming too, man.
I think, the Fundora's so hot right now. I think if Tony Harrison was to fight Fundora, if he don't clearly outbox Fundora, they're gonna give that fight to Fundora. Because his name is hot right now. He will have to clearly outbox Fundora.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he had to stay consistent. As soon as he get tired, that boy would be waiting for you to get tired. Luke and Conwell is a good fighter too. We talking about, I think it's Charles Conwell, right? That's still not even in WBC rankings. It's crazy.
He said drop the link.
Oh, I bet. I got you, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like all those fights though, y'all. I mean, I like the Fundora Castano fight better than Harrison Fundora.
Yes.
I think that's a more competitive fight. Fundora and Castano. That fight with Tony Harrison, that'll be competitive for the first 6 rounds, and I think Tony Harrison will stop the fight.
Yeah, T20. Yeah, I'm with you. Case boy, damn it, man, what's good, bro? My boy.
What's going on, Case?
What's good, Phil?
K, what's good, bro?
Hey, Teach, don't be in here. Hey, bro, Teach. Now you know me, Teach. I'm about making fights that want to be made, right? Fundora want all the smoke, right? Don't y'all telling me. Castano said he won't smoke. There's 2 people that smoke, so that should be easy to make. Castano just had 2 fights on the PBC.
Okay, bad.
Fundora not next in line. Tszyu next in line. I told y'all this shit. Tszyu took a step aside money. The last one, we were happy. Tszyu next. Fundora, Castano said, and I see what Castano doing. I salute him for it because he know who the real is, and it's that dude he got in the ring with. He said, "Y'all niggas doing all this butt fuck buddy shit. I fight with you too. So what's up?" So Castano, Fundora. Y'all ain't got shit to do. It ain't gonna take us no long to heal up because he got knocked down. That was he only got knocked down once for the most part. The referee only let him get touched like 2 more times and they stopped it. That boy gonna be good in about some shit like that, 4-5 months. I want to see this top versus top. Castano was just number 1 or number 2 in the division. He only dropped to number 4. He only dropped so far. So there's still top 4 fighters in the division.
Right.
Ain't no keep momentum. Momentum is best. It's best fight the best.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save our fighters, bro. I'm doing the.
But he's just saying. I think he's saying fantasy fight anyway. And I know why he's saying that because we equally are all for like Spencer break that tall ass torso up. That should be funny.
He said it's the game now.
Then they gave JERMELL a 90 days right to respond to the WBO, right?
Thought it was less than
WBA, not WBO.
WBA been on some shit because
it was a WBO. Wasn't Tszyu the Mando for Castano?
It's WBA. WBA.
The WBA been on some shit lately because they just was claiming that they stripped Josh Taylor, but he said FYI he vacated it. He never was stripped, so he only got the 3 titles now. So he ain't even undisputed no more. And they talking about him fighting.
He dropped the WBA.
Yeah, he said he dropped it, but they said they stripped him because
it really, man.
Yeah, because he didn't respond to the mandatory with that dude Alberto Puello or whatever his name is.
You gotta think about it. Only way for them to strip it is for him not to defend it. If he don't defend it, that means he vacated it. You know what I mean? They can't take it from him if he defended it. He said, "I'm not defending it," so they took it. He vacated it and they stripped it. You know what I mean? Both things are true.
Yeah.
It really.
So he ain't undisputed. That's so stupid. It's like, so why would you fight? And they talking about fighting Zepeda, right?
They set in stone. Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. They waiting on a date and
They gave JERMELL 30 days or 90 days, because I heard 30 days and I heard 90 days.
Fundora got to move to at least light heavyweight towards the end of his career. He big as hell. Yeah, facts.
You said it was 30?
I thought it was.
I ain't sure, D3. I don't know.
I thought it was 30. I really did. I thought it was less than 90. I thought it was 30 days. I could be wrong. Maybe, but it's a money fight.
I heard two conflicting stories. One person said 30, and then somebody else said it was 90. So I was just wanting to make sure. But I'm just like, damn, you giving him 30 days. He just fought on Saturday. You giving him 30 days already?
Yeah, for real. Because that's what they was claiming with Josh Taylor. Like, he ain't give him no answer about them making dude his man, though. And it was like, well, fuck it. You ain't said nothing to us, so we taking that shit. And he laughing about it like, FYI, I vacated. I didn't get stripped. So trying to justify it, I guess. Yeah, I don't like Tim get his ass beat by CHARLO next. And I love it. Well, I watch him.
They ain't doing that shit to motherfucker Canelo. They ain't doing that shit to Canelo.
Nope.
Canelo on who, D3?
Nope.
Because he got to fight who? Who Canelo got to fight by WBA rules?
Nobody.
Morrell.
Yeah, I watched that.
Morrell
He's supposed to be fighting somebody.
Yeah, Case said 30 days. I thought it was.
Morrell. That's what he's supposed to be fighting.
What y'all have to put up every belt every time he fights, or can he put certain belts on the line? Yeah, I think that's a package deal from here on out. I think whoever he fight is just gonna be competing for that, for all the straps, unless they got some other shit going on.
They forced Josh Taylor to a mandatory. They trying to force JERMELL to a mandatory, but ain't nobody saying nothing to Canelo. Canelo didn't won his title almost a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't fought a mandatory fight yet.
They're already put mandatories on Kambosos and Devin Haney when
not 30 days.
Tank the WBA mandatory, and
if we all want Canelo or Tyson Fury to defend, gotta show the same. Yeah. Nah, but I see, that's the thing. What the difference with them is Tyson Fury is pussy. He get in there, but he's still pussy at the same time. Mel pretty much showed us he'd fight whoever.
But Tyson Fury fought his man though.
Yeah, he did.
He fought his man though.
Because he knew I wasn't shit. That's why I said he'd get in there, but you know why I still say he pussy.
Yeah, he made his man though.
Before he moves up. Like that's what I was saying.
Or you will drop your position.
Yeah. That's what I was saying too. I wouldn't mind, and that's the thing. Like, that's really the question: who he going to defend it against? Because all I know is I'm pretty sure whoever it is, he beat them up. The next talk is going to be, well, he didn't fight such and such, especially if he try to move up. So we already see that play ahead of time. That's what they're going to do. That man is great. They can fight whoever is in that division. I don't think none of the dudes no boogeyman. He the real deal. That's his division.
They want CHARLO. They want JERMELL to fight Tszyu and. They want JERMELL to fight Castano, Tszyu, and Fundora, while Fundora fight motherfucking Tony Harrison and shit. See how this shit work, man?
Yeah.
Let that boy fight Castano. Castano wants that smoke, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this, like I said, that goes back to what I was saying yesterday when we were talking about pound for pound. That's why I say certain fighters get certain opportunities that other fighters don't get. So that's why I'm like, they do certain stuff for certain fighters. Other fighters don't get the same.
But they said they're like the top 6 rankings. Yeah, Regis Prograis need to be putting himself in position to do some shit too, because he been beating.
He taking that little meeting at the WBA. They doing the meeting.
I'm about to say he should be.
Y'all heard about
throw Tim ass in there. Throw stiff ass Tim. Castano said he too green. He said he felt like Tim still too inexperienced. Even though he did good against Gausha, he felt like he, not only he got knocked down, he felt like that showed that he need more experience. I get where you're going, but you know what? Y'all ain't gonna keep calling for my man. Act like he ain't gonna get in there. He get in there and punch on that motherfucker. I'm telling you, gonna put a stop to that dude record. I already know it. He just ain't skilled enough. The only thing he could bank on is landing his shot, and Maul ain't going for that. I mean, Mel ain't going for that. So you could forget about it. I just feel like he showed us he'll fight whoever now. If he fight, make a defense and move, I'm cool with it. But we already know what they're doing.
They're gonna have another reason Jamel going there and stop Tszyu. They're gonna have another reason why he won that fight.
When I seen a little bit of whispers on IG about a trilogy, I'm like, again, man, I'm gonna say it for people that didn't hear. The reason why I don't care for the trilogy is because he in that second fight, like I said, I could see if it was like nip and tuck like the first one all the way to the last round and he just happened to pull off that knockout. I could see if that was the case. But again, he showed you levels. He can make adjustments, who the better boxer is, and he separated in that fight and then got the knockout. Case closed. Like the only way you get a third fight is if you go beat somebody else and reposition yourself. But I was saying to Ghost, I even feel like Castano attitude is what it is. He'll fight one of them other dudes to get back in line. Like he don't care. He took his defeat just like he'd take a win, and I could respect him for it, man. So
he said I fight both of
them. You know I was on that. I seen that earlier. I said up. I got to chop it up about this.
Like this, because this be putting pressure on the fight. When you take what the fighters say out their mouth, it put pressure on them and it put pressures on the fighters that they talking about.
Facts, because it forced them to hold themselves accountable.
Exactly.
And that's all we trying to do. Just like that's what my angle is usually. That's why I don't never label titles like exposed or shit like that, because I'm never trying to expose nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just calling it how I see it, and I'm reading it, and I'm getting the information. And like, I think these fights is good, but Mel should be the rest for a quick second, man, and then get back to it. They already in it, and the timing of it is why it's whack. That's how you know they on bullshit, and they don't want that. They didn't want that to happen, man. You know what I mean by they didn't want him to win that, and he took it out their judges' hands too. Whatever was going to happen, he took it out their hands. But good thing that they were saying he was up anyway, so it don't look like they was going to do no fuckery there.
They trying to get their belt in Fundora hand. What they trying to do? Play,
and they trying to get him all the belts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Without really, like, he fought some people, but you know what they trying to do. They trying to kind of bump him up. But it's undisputed fucking. Yeah. I just think the timing of it, they didn't even get to do it a couple weeks to rest before they announced that. Like, it's Monday and already he just fought Saturday. Like you said, Kay, that shit is wild. But we know we know what's going on. We know what's going on. Yeah. They bend the rules for that weirdo. So it's a different man, though. It's crazy. What's the point of unifying? Having all them bitches at once. You know what I'm saying? Just having them all at once, kind of, because you kind of the king of the division if you got all them belts, especially if you did it with, in terms of how Spence and
go, we like shiny shit.
But that's their way to I think keep them belts moving around if they want, or that's their honest attempt to do it anyway. Try to make people fight mandatory as fast as hell as soon as you unify, or become undisputed. But old boy could come undisputed, and they ain't said nothing. He could jump. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue I have. Because what's the difference? Why is that the case for him? I really want to understand that before I just try to judge it. I just want to understand why is that not the case for old boy? He became undisputed. Y'all didn't give him none. Y'all allow him to go jump a weight class and try to fight for another person belt. Like, type of shit y'all on. They ain't got nothing. And then he get beat up. That would have been crazy after he got beat up. They'd have been like, hey, man, you got 30 days. Like, then I could respect it. But y'all ain't do that to him after he fought. And then he went when he became undisputed. And then he went and fought again. And y'all ain't do that. So it's like, why Mel different?
Right, they about to let him fight. That's what I was saying. But they about to let him fight Triple G. Not none of his mandatories. I was saying this shit months ago, bro. Y'all, this dude don't got to fight nobody. George is Morel. motherfucking Zach Parker or Boo Boo and motherfucking David Benavidez, and he fighting his mandatory. But Bell got mandatory back to back and shit. Like Bell got to fight mandatory, in 30 days after defending against the toughest dude in the division.
You know what I'm saying? And you gave him 30 days after a couple days of just becoming undisputed. He probably ain't got all the damn belts mailed to him yet. Get what I'm saying? And y'all motherfuckers already. You get what I'm saying? Literally, though. You probably ain't even got them all sent to him, but you got the dude already. Got to make a decision about defending one. They crazy, man. But good thing for him, he built like that, so it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. They want to play like that. Fuck them. Yeah, if Mel go to 60, Maul 68, yeah, that's this boxing social floor should make his own boxing organization. I think he too selfish to do that, or maybe that's not the word to use, but I don't know. I don't know if he fully. I don't know how much he like. What his extent is, like how much of an impact he really still have on boxing. I want to know. I know he's still relevant in terms of just being there. Skill salute, bro, but sometimes I wonder, like, I'm just basically speaking on, like, I wonder what his influence is like on the sport as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that dude, man, he need to start pushing some of them other dudes he got on the stable. I just don't understand him. Sometimes, as a promoter, I don't. But the fighter, I got it. But as a promoter, Floyd, just a little difficult to understand, man. Do some weird shit. Yeah, man. As long as the twins never end up in the same division again, I'm cool. Cause that'd be corny. I don't need to do that. There's no reason for it. Definitely no reason for it. Castano get his ass in there. Let him rest up, get in there with one of them dudes of his pick, choosing. Probably do, like you said, Fundora. Fuck it. Why not? See if he really like that. See if Castano really, because they two pressure fighters. That should have to be fun. That'd be a fun ass fight. Yeah, Fundora and Castano would be fun. I know that's a lot of punches. That's a lot of punches being thrown from the rip. Motherfuckers be coming to scrap. We gonna see, cause something got to shake. Somebody got to fight somebody. And WBA been on some shit. They out here issuing, statements and supposedly taking belts from motherfuckers. Like, damn. And that shit seems stupid because it's like, what good is you standing at? You might as well get the rest of the belts away now. You already got one took. You might as well get the rest of them shits up. And go to 47, because my thing with that's the thing I wanted to bring up too. The shit with fucking Taylor. That shit weird, because you just claimed you fought Jack Catterall, you was weight drained. You said that's gonna be his claim to fame, is dropping a weight drained version of you and still losing. But we all know who really won. But it's like, if you was weight drained against Jack Catterall, what you gonna be against? You know what I mean? Jose, it's a payday if you stand at 40. That shit just don't make sense. My thing is, I don't want to hear him say, I don't want to hear his ass say he was weight drained again. That's stupid. Oh, all right, bet D-Free, I'll be there for sure. But that's my thing. I don't want to see him at 40 again, because he already said in the last fight he was weight drained. And that's what he blamed on his performance on. But I just can't run with that. Could move up and become man. The other Munguia, yeah, I think Blue had hit on that. I wouldn't mind seeing Munguia fight any live body, because he padding his record. Him and Zordo, them dudes fight who they want to fight.
Munguia next level padding his record.
Yo, for real, yo.
He didn't turn down more title shots than Luis Ortiz.
Yo, I'm telling you, he crazy, yo. I don't see how they even cool with that shit, though. I don't know how he keep doing it. I don't know how.
Good man.
Him and his team, they must not be confident in that man as a whole because he ain't stepping in there with no live dogs. He got a real problem.
And then what's gonna happen is he gonna finally get in there with somebody that want to fight. And he ain't gonna respond well when he start getting his ass beat. Yeah, the Texas hate is weird right now. They know it's weird.
Look at the road. Look at the road a dude like Hammond Munguia took.
Mm-hmm.
The road of a dude like JERMELL CHARLO.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the road Lomachenko took to like Devin.
Yeah. They fast tracked him. Super fast track.
They fast track a lot of these guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the guys that the manufactured stars, the ones that they want push down our throats, those are the ones that they fast track. Yeah, Munguia got boxing skills. His defense is limited and his offense is his defense. That's why I think when he go in there against a real actual fighter that got a chin that could deal with some of his pressure and his punching power, he's gonna be in trouble. And I think him and his team might know that. If he don't know what his team do.
I think Munguia will be Shane Mosley Jr.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't.
You think Shane Mosley get him?
Yep.
I say if he put another complete performance together. That's my only issue with him is consistency.
Coming opponent, Shane Mosley beat up.
Rosado.
He beat a Rosado better than Munguia.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he did. That one right there impressed me. And then Canelo got another L. Do you think he takes on the fights we want to see? Nope. And you know what?
Mosley got robbed when he fought Week. I think.
Yeah, he should have won. Mm-hmm.
Beat Castano. So
yeah,
I think that it's just like I take him seriously now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I think what Canelo was gonna do is what he been doing, hand picking, and I think after this L, unless he take a rematch at either the weight classes, which I don't think he's gonna do.
And Mao.
Canelo might. Don't be surprised. All I'm saying is don't quote me on. I ain't got no official information, but it's just my thought. Don't be surprised if we fight John Ryder for real, especially after losing. And they just gonna say it's like a stay busy or just to get him back on the winning side. Some stupid shit like that. I could see that happening.
You don't believe that, teacher. Well, you probably do. He don't believe that.
Mm-hmm. I don't get the fight against Munguia as the back versus for the 160 and I don't even know. Them dudes keep like supposed to fight, not fight. What's going on? Wasn't Johnny back been supposed to fight? Yeah, and I don't know if Andre officially moved out of 60 or what.
No, he haven't.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. Like, well, I don't know what to think. Canelo been undisputed for a year and has not defended yet. Oh yeah, that's a good point, K. And he ain't been given no fucking 30 days either. Instead, they let him jump a weight class.
Please don't believe that, man.
Mm-hmm. Think Munguia beats Mel and Maul? Nah, I don't. He don't got no defense. He too one-dimensional, Teach, in my opinion, to beat those dudes. You need real skill to beat them, regardless of what people might think of him personally. Them dudes ain't no slouches. You need real skill. I don't think that
Munguia snuck by Rosado, maybe Rosado 8 years ago.
Yo, for real. And Munguia had a tough time. No bullshit. Go watch Munguia versus Gabe Rosado, Teach, if you ain't catch it.
Nah, he
and
did.
Tell me what you think.
I know he ain't trolling. He did serious. I said you believe it.
Mm-hmm.
He was because he couldn't did it.
Because it have a better shot. Oh, yeah, because it's counters, but Maul will keep him honest a little bit. All that throwing and get him caught, I think it hurt.
Might go get beat up, man.
Lara will be 160 WBA super champ after fight you, Big G.
Junior.
Yeah, I like Shane Mosley Jr. right now. I think he's going to go for GGG. Oh, Canelo. GGG might not even be on board for that. I'm not sure. Nah, we know. Yeah, the fight. It's 21 this weekend with JERMELL Herring and co-main event Jermaine Ortiz.
What's Munguia best win?
Yeah, D. Derek is his stamina definitely is suspect, and he threw all them punches don't do no good. And did you see him in the last fight where he down there passed out and shit on the weight cut? He was looking crazy. He lucky he wasn't in there with somebody that would have pushed him where he would have been forced to answer some questions because of that dangerous ass weight cut he had. That's how I know he need to go up and weight, because if once that start happening, either your team don't know what the fuck they doing, or they got you doing it unhealthy, or you just
he fought Rosado and took a lateral step because Rosado
big as hell.
He wasn't ready to take a step up. He fought Rosado and took a side step, possibly a step down. To beat Valor, because the Rosado fight showed them he wasn't ready.
I consider Anthony Joshua a bust. No, nah. It's just what happens is people become prisoners of the moment. Like, cause what he lacked now, he always lacked. It's just he got in there with a couple people that was able to exploit that. Get what I'm saying? Where he's limited at now, like what we've been able to see with him having 2 losses now, he's always been limited there. It's just they finally put him in there with the right people. I don't think he a bust, but he just wasn't what they told us he was. That don't make him a good fighter. Joshua can fight. I just think ain't gonna say he don't have no dog in him. He got some. He can bite down a little bit, but once that shit get rough for him, like I think he could be, hurt and touched up. So he ain't a bust, but he just ain't as good as what they sold us on it. Like they let them tell it, they'll tell you, he the gold medalist, right? Let them tell it, he better than Wilder. You see how he lost twice before Wilder lost? You see what I'm saying? This dude, something different, man. They tell you he better than Wilder though. Who he fought where he splits his lip. That's some crazy offense by McGee. Uppercuts are effective. Yeah, his punches, period, is effective. That dude, he be going for it, but that's his problem. He don't worry about defense enough, and that's why you could tell he been in there with people he's been able to kind of just get it off on. So it should work for him against those guys. But I think his team, if not him and his team definitely know where he limited at. I think that's why they be moving like that. Like they can say anything they want. It's gonna be positive, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna base the confidence you got in your fighter by who you put him in there with, not with what you say in a press conference or post fight anything. Like, nah, I'm gonna directly correlate how much fucking faith and confidence you got in your fighter by who you continuously put him in there with. If you continuously put him in there with, like one-sided mismatches and where he just constantly the dude with the advantages, where you just putting him in fights that's not really testing him, okay, then I see what's going on. I'm saying I'm calling it. He gonna get himself hurt. Gotta find his name. I feel about the fight taking place in Texas. I am Errol Spence fan. I also believe it should be a neutral setting. Well, I will say this shit. G5 made a good point earlier. Like you went on a podcast to quickly say the man ain't from Texas, but you don't want to fight there. Talking about he too popular. It's like, motherfucker, if you say he ain't from there, you should have no problem going there. But I mean, people did say Vegas, because I'm pretty sure with Spence saying on that podcast that he's willing to give up a thing or two, then I'm pretty sure that could be one of them. Like I don't think for him is make or break that the fight gotta be in Texas, because I don't even want to hear the bullshit that they try to drum up. Like you know what kind of fans we dealing with out here in this world. So you know how they'd be coming. You know what I'm saying? So look, why not throw that shit right in Vegas and that's as neutral as it need to be, and just let the best man win. Which I got a little idea who that'd be, but maybe AJ needs to come to the US to get some real training. I mean, yeah, it's possible. Or I think a problem with those dudes are they be prisoners of their own loyalty. Like they'll lose and just go down with the ship instead of trying to find somebody that could add to their camp or teach them something different. I think AJ's biggest problem now is his identity still. And it's crazy because of how many fights he's had already, and it's like you would think he'd have had his identity, and by that I mean, I think since the loss, like you can't tell me AJ is the same guy since he lost, and I'm talking about in terms of approach to the fight. Like he was more devastating and like destructive up until when he lost, and then you see in a rematch against Ruiz, he turned into a fucking boxer. The Usyk fight, he turned into a fucking boxer. You see what I'm saying? And I think, but then at the same time, in a rematch, he talking about being more aggressive and getting back to. So you see what I'm saying? He still struggled with like identity issues in terms of like who he is in the ring. Like, are you a come forward motherfucker that's like a heavyweight that's gonna come to try to hurt you and get you out of there, or are you trying to outthink fighters that just are superior to you in boxing skill? You know what I'm saying? Boxing ability. Fight can be anywhere, but the fight gets seated like the A&T. I mean, yeah. You just reason I say Vegas because then that way it's something that people will kind of expect, and then Crawford can't claim it's an unfair advantage because it seemed like he'd try to look for any reason not to make it happen, and then be real egotistical enough to try to convince the fan base and the people that it's not his fault, because that's what he's pretty much done this far. And look how it's worked. It's worked. And it hasn't worked at the same time. Obviously, I know his record is being padded, but I definitely see the skills like from a boxer. Yeah, he got skill, but it's limited, Teach. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is for me, and that's what it is. Not even for me. I think that is what it is for his team. They can say, like, that's why I said, like, a person could tell us anything, but we gonna be able to see what it is by how you moving, and they're not moving like they have the confidence in this dude. You get what I'm saying? Like we as fans sometimes, our supporters have more faith in the fighters than it seemed like them or maybe their team having themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think they really want to test that dude right now. And they going to run into a situation because it seemed like they falling into that situation, being careful, being too careful. Like being, you know what I mean? They being too careful, being careful, if that makes sense. And I've been saying that lately too. So, you know, you want to properly challenge that dude so he could develop. He could continue to develop any boxing skill he do got. But if you're going to keep putting him in there with guys he could just blow through, then what you think going to happen? You're going to stagnate his growth, just like in any other fighter, I believe, that's not truly being tested unless he's showing you something extra special when he get in there with those guys. Like, I think Boots is a rare, you know, one of them rare cases. You know what I'm saying? But with Munguia, they're gonna end up getting him beat up, and it's gonna be his loss gonna be a bad one because they're not properly testing him, in my opinion. Maybe he proves me wrong and continue to win, but I think sooner or later somebody gonna get him because they're gonna have to put him in there with somebody. I'm telling you, it seems like these dudes be trying to hit that 50 and 0 mark, and it's funny. I'm not hating on nobody, but watch how that cherry get popped before they can make it to 50. I've been seeing this shit for you know, certain fighters for some years, man. They be trying to run their records up, and they be getting caught before they could get it. You know what I mean? Really run that shit up. Yeah, possibly. That's why I said just get them the biggest venue possible. Let it be neutral. But you just don't be fucking difficult, man. Tim versus Carlos Adames could be good. Yeah, I was saying that, or either Carlos Adames, and I was saying I think Jaime Munguia too. Shit. Somebody need to fight that dude.
Carlos Adames and Jaime Munguia was actually supposed to fight, but Munguia turned it down.
He turned it down, right?
Yep. He turned down Jermell Charlo too.
Yeah, I'm tired of him, yo. And then you see what I'm saying? People don't be having all the facts and info where they keep blaming Charlo. That's why I said, man, that duck word, that shit is on pause for me, man. Because I'm not gonna just be throwing that shit out there. I'm not gonna be placing them jackets on fighters that really be wanting to fight.
Y'all know who really duck, and I'm gonna do a little piece on it just so I can put it out there. Crazy. I'm gonna tell you how. This nigga didn't duck Conor Ben. This nigga didn't duck all the top guys at 160. This nigga ducked motherfucking him and Munguia need to fight. Chris Eubank and Munguia need to fight. It'll be the perfect fight.
Facts, that's it. Yeah.
It'll be the perfect fight for both of them. Chris Eubank and Munguia. Both of y'all been avoiding smoke. I just said Chris Eubank people out. Them folks say yes, and then he said, "No, I'm straight."
Yeah, did he come up with a stipulation that he know they ain't gonna agree with? That sound bogus. So that's basically saying you straight, bro, and we know it. They say, and that's what we got to start. Just well, we already do that. We calling it out, like when you saying everything else, but you want to fight. It's safe to say we know what time it is. Like you ain't got to say it because you saying it for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good point, Skills. Facts. Yeah, we not financial advisors. We supporters of the sport. We just want to see it. And I think that split talk get brought up because I think you got some people still banking on that 50-50 type of deal. And they kind of know, like if you real, you know that's a little more, that's more than what he deserved. You know, a 60-40 type of deal is really fair, but you're gonna hold on to that extra 10. So you could try to have a reason to say, oh, they trying to lowball him. That's why he don't want to fight. So he fucking ducking. Just bet on yourself, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. If I'm not mistaken, I'll go look it up, see if I can find it. Didn't Floyd take like 30 against Oscar? God damn, it wasn't no 50-50 shit. I know that. He was a fucking B-side. So it was like, man, somebody got to be, and somebody got to be the bigger draw. Somebody got to get the lion's share of the money. It's like, skill, maybe, and you got people that's subjective and that's debatable. Skill wise, it's 50-50. You can maybe argue that, but in reality, like what actually happens, nah, man, that man sell more than you. He got a bigger fan base. His people actually more supportive, it seemed like, and all that. Yeah, if AJ figure out who he is, he'll do. Appreciate you, Cole's Boxing Corner. It's another one of the good channels for y'all people. If y'all short on content, Cole's Boxing Corner got some content for y'all for sure. Financial purchase should be talked about. Yeah, and you know what? Behind the scenes, that's why I appreciated Spence holding himself accountable for ever mentioning the split and then saying from now on it's going to be discussed behind closed doors. I'm telling you, that dude just continue to move accordingly. Like he's self-aware, self-accountability on his part, and he learned from it. And I don't think you're gonna hear him speak on splits unless he put in a weird situation to speak on that. But other than that, I don't think we're gonna hear about that no more. And in a way, that's a good sign. But if Crawford, it's in a way, I feel like if Crawford is talking is good, but it also depends on what he's talking to. A quarterback gets paid a certain amount or whatever, you think everybody gonna say don't play? Yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying? Because he get more than me. Exactly. That's a good ass point, bro. That's a good ass point. You know what I'm saying? That's a good ass point. And then it's like when you have the numbers to back just why you deserve something. I mean, what the fuck could you really say, bro? You can't really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing. He said Oscar is a duck. His punches be packing. Yeah, he could fight, man. All the money in that fight. Yeah, he got most of the money. And you know why I respected Floyd? Because he bet on himself, man. Spencer chill dude just trying to box and put Crawford in his place. And I really believe that. I really believe he want to beat him up and show him that he don't think that he ain't better than him. I think he really want to show Crawford that. You think Andre Ward comes back for one last big fight, maybe against Beal, just to show how much better than Canelo he is? No, only reason I say that because I think a couple reasons. Andre Ward alluded to his body pretty much telling him it was time to, hang up the gloves. I think he was saying his knees and some shit like that. Not only that, I think he happy where he at. He in a space where he good. And the fact that he actually made some decent money in his career, I think he good. I think he liked the other side over there, just the broadcasting and analyzing side. But I tell you what, if he could whip himself back into any type of shape like what we seen from him the last time, I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I don't necessarily really want to see him push it. So I don't think we'll ever see him back in there, because that's one of the reasons why he was able to retire undefeated, because he was so damn smart. Because you best believe they didn't want that. Now, Andre Ward retired. He left a lot of food on the table. He left a lot of money on the table. Shut up. Yeah, act like y'all care if that man got money or not, him and his family. Y'all just want to see him get back in there so you could pick somebody and hopefully y'all can get him to beat him. Got 2 hockey and 1 NBA and 14 MLB to bet on. Damn, y'all got shit. What's that? 17 game. God damn. Y'all good then. Get your bet on. Get your bet on. Yeah, I think he good where he at. Like I said, and that's what it really is. They just hoping that they could throw him in there with somebody that's gonna beat him. know what I'm saying? And the fact that they can't get that, they wanted that bad. Because whenever the first thing somebody's talking about is a motherfucking money, you know, like just pay attention to the source and the messenger who is coming from, and you ask yourself, do you really think that man care if Andre Ward got money or not? Him and his family? Hell no. They're not worried about the money he left on the table. They worry about. They feel like in their mind they still had two, if that maybe potentially 3 people that they think could give him a run for his money, and hopefully. You know, if he get in there with enough of them, they'd be right one of the times. But he just never gave that to him. I love that. It's like an aha moment. Like, I swear I do. I love the fact that he got out of there. I wasn't mad when he retired or none of that. Because I was laughing because I'm like, I already know. Y'all did not want that. Y'all wanted that man to stick around, get old, regardless of how his body feeling and what is actually telling him to do. You just said, nah, fuck that, boy. There's still some money to be made. Yo, that's crazy. Nah. And you know why I fully respect it? And I'm not trying to hear no he ducked or avoided. All that shit is bullshit. Why I know that? Because that man, and this is what he's part of the reason. I already thought like this before he made that move, but he's part of the reason why I address fighters moving up in weight class and doing it the right way. Because he was at 68 all that time, right? You'd have felt like, oh, well, you know, a few more pounds wouldn't have been nothing. What is that? 7 more pounds? You feel like it really wouldn't have been nothing. But he still went up there. He acclimated to the weight properly. He got the results. And then he went after the crusher when he was still the crusher. He got that man not even looking the same. Yo, does Kovalev don't look the same? You could thank Andre Ward for that. Yo, that's crazy. When he beat him the first time, he came in the ring. He still had some of that crusher shit about him. And the rematch. But once he rocked him with, I think it was a right hand he caught him with before he welled on his body. Once he beat him that time, he removed his nick. He was no longer the crusher. And I promise you, and the Ward is an intelligent individual. And I'm telling you, he was saying he knew some things about Kovalev why he would beat him, man. He said he had faith that he could beat him for a reason. He said that outside activities and certain things he knew would catch up to him, and he liked to drink. So he kind of knew. And he said his mind was made up when he went in there with Kovalev. Like, no matter what he get hit with, he wasn't letting him knock him out. Like he said, you just mentally got to have your mind made up when you get in there. And I believe that's what he had, because that first fight, he got knocked down. He smiled, got up, and finished the fight strong and won. But make no mistake about it, they would have, if they had a day way, Ward would have had a loss or 2 on his record. But they mad it never happened. Something I always thought about, could you ever see boxers from different weights ever fight with different glove weights to offset the strength? No, because I think that would fall along the lines of like maybe the athletic commission having to switch something up. And I think the way they do it now is also, with the intent to protect the fighters. So I don't think they will ever want to do something different. Because I think that shit is all about, safety and shit like that at the end of the day. Because anything else, man, these dudes already be punching hard as hell. But I get what you're saying, yeah. But hey, pretty much like if you a puncher, you a puncher with whatever kind of gloves they put on you. Financial attachments make room, favoritism, and bias facts. You ask what's more fulfilling, arguing what's going in Errol's pocket or witnessing one of the greatest. Man, Skills, I appreciate your comments, bro, because you're 100% on point. Man, you're 100% on point, and that's just what it is. And that's where you going, like, that's how I could tell you a supporter. I don't really like to call people fans. I hate that word, but you definitely a true supporter of the sport and the channel, so we definitely appreciate it. I appreciate all y'all in here. Because I'm going to end this in a couple minutes, man. I got to go grab the little man from school, but I got a couple minutes before I got to run out of there. But yeah, man, your comment is spot on, bro. That's what caused the division in boxing. And then we be in the comments going back and forth. Because it started out, it's like, you know what, to a certain degree, I think most initial conversations, you start out with trying to be a boxing fan or a supporter, but it's like, once you start getting the lines blurred and you get the mixed information and you start trying to, you start having almost like a personal attachment to a fighter you don't really know, then now your assessment becomes emotional and inaccurate because of those emotions, because you're too emotionally attached to the fighter. So like you just get poor assessments of them, and that's just what people be doing and arguing back and forth. And I tell you, we all start out as the supporters, but then it's like, once you start passing your opinion off, or when we get the mixed results and we keep spitting them out back and forth, we get to arguing, and then sooner or later somebody calls somebody a fanboy, and then it's like all disrespect from there, and then it's like it set the tone the wrong way, because now it's like, well, you gotta pick your side. So who you got, Bud or EJ? Who you got? And don't say both. Like the first thought, don't tell me what to say, and I'm gonna tell you who I got. I'm gonna tell you why I got him. I'm gonna have a logical, reasonable breakdown as to why I got that fighter. But I'm gonna also tell you I support both fighters, win, lose, or draw, because I've been watching both of them for years. So nobody gonna come make me feel like I gotta pick. If you really wanted to be a fly on the wall and just watch the fight when it happens, because I'm optimistic that it will, then it would be absolutely nothing wrong with you doing that. You get what I'm saying? You could sit right there and just not even pick. Just say, may the best man win. I know a female, Miss Boxing Baby. She has a platform and IG and a YouTube. She say it all the time. That's her favorite 1A and B, or however she labeled it. Them both her number ones. She say when it happens, she not even picking. She say that all the time. She not picking. And I get it, because she ain't confused. She understands she can have them on her own. People don't be getting that. Do not let nobody make you feel like you gotta like one fighter more than the other, or you can't like both fighters and say, yo, I just want to see a great fight. Because Scales, from what I hear from you, I know you just want to see a great fight. Ain't even really, you might have your reservations on who might win and who might not. But at the end of the day, I think somebody like you just want to see that fight, man. Keep the grinding. Thanks for the interaction. I'll be back, man. Yeah, no doubt, bro. No doubt, RJ. I'll see you on the next one. I'm about to go pick up the little man anyway, so I appreciate all y'all for sliding through, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. If y'all ain't hit the like button, smash the like button for your boy. I'll be on around this time tomorrow, around 11:30 or 12. I'm trying to keep it 11:30 though, but I appreciate all y'all for sure. The narrative became financially driven as opposed to getting the ring. So I need people like this in the comment section, because every comment just be spot on. And that's how a person could sit here and say all day how much they like boxing, but I'm going to determine that by how they speak about it. And like, you just got a consistency with your comments that you see that you really be paying attention, man. And you just want to see a hell of a fight. And I think we're going to see it. I just think we got to keep in mind that Bud has always been difficult. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. If it's not ducking, I'm going to just say he's been difficult as he always been. His business moves are a little questionable. It's going to always leave us scratching our heads. But nonetheless, I think we truly going to get that fight, man. Just give it a little bit more time. I guess we got to be a little more patient, man. I guess how they say Rome wasn't built in one night. So I guess this EJ and Bud fight ain't going to be made just as fast as we want. But it should be no reason it can't be made immediately, man. But, hopefully we get some straightening in the 154-pound division, man. I'd like to see Charlo in there with any of those dudes that they see fit to challenge him, because I think he'd be whoever. I think 54 is his, and it'd be dope to see him move up to 60, especially if he was to face Munguia. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Castano fight Fundora and Tszyu fight Charlo, or, mix it up. Maybe Fundora get a chance at Charlo. Whoever think they ready, let them get their ass in there, and they gonna see that shit is different over there with Charlo, just like he said, man. So we're gonna see. We're gonna get some answers in the near future, man. So that's my thoughts for the day, man. I appreciate all y'all kicking it with me, man. I definitely will see y'all on the next one, man. We go pick the little man up. Some of y'all probably see me in the chat later on somewhere anyway, man. But I appreciate all y'all, man. To the next one. I'm out. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.